check. Let me check. Let me check. Hold on.
Yeah,
let's check.
You're not live yet, Dylan.
No. Oh, wait
but I did like the stream.
I think I am
getting
live
a commercial. I'm getting a commercial.
Oh, that's sweet ad revenue.
Right, you're live.
Liquid.
Yes. Let's start talking because I can hear us going.
Okay. There's no echo or anything, right? So
let me check on my live.
Commercial. There's 2 commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes. Okay. So we can start. Go on, do your intro.
Okay, everyone. Hey guys, welcome back to Project Bodybuilding, here with a live edition of the Project Bodybuilding podcast. And as you can see, my guests tonight, Kenson Jardine of EP09 Bodybuilding, Josh Saunch from Bodybuilding News Network, Mark from Mark's Max Muscle, and Xavier Willis from Desktop Bodybuilding.
You left me last and got my name. Willis. I drop an F-bomb, but I want you to keep your monetization.
Yeah, you wait till it's like 2 minutes in or something, whatever the cutoff is. But today we're starting a new series, and this has been something I've been thinking of after a few people brought it up. This is episode 1, part 1 of my the top 20 bodybuilder series is pretty much what I'm going to call it. So in order to build a list of the top 20 bodybuilders of all time, that takes, you're going to have to scour the decades, scour all these shows and do all that. So I've broken it down into a process. First up, we're going to have tier lists, and we're going to break down the bodybuilders, the best bodybuilders of each decade into tier lists. We'll go 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way up to the 2020s. And I've picked out the best bodybuilders. We'll make those tier lists. Then at the end of the week of that given tier list, I will make a top 10 video on my channel of the top 10 bodybuilders of that decade. We will go through all of the decades until we've reached the 2020s yet again, and then I'll have a master list. Xavier will help me with that. Very helpful behind the scenes. Of course, this is, besides my series, his more than anything. But everyone else is already a major help by being here. But yeah, this is going to be, I think, a pretty exciting series. What do you guys think?
I think so.
Excited.
Man, that was yeah.
Well, you should have gone to someone specifically. I feel like it was like I didn't want to jump over people, you know.
Right.
Here, look, I will say for me, this is one of the reasons why I started YouTube to begin with, is to have interesting conversations within bodybuilding. I think this is a unique idea. I haven't really seen anybody do something like this before, and I have absolutely no idea where we may end up for a physique when it comes to this panel in particular. So I'm very interested to see how this unfolds, and definitely interested to see who's going to be the ultimate bodybuilder.
You know, I think we all know who's going to be number one, but I think the more interesting things are going to be second and after, second to 20. But anyway, I do have to get into how we're going to rank these guys. Now, the 70s and 80s are going to kind of be their own beasts, because this is a list of the best bodybuilders, not the greatest. If we were doing that, it would be Arnold, no doubt, because Arnold is the most influential bodybuilder ever, period. He's done more for bodybuilding than perhaps anyone else, certainly in modern times. So this isn't a list of the greatest, more the best. Who's going to do the best on a modern stage? This isn't necessarily a best physique of all time either. That would probably be dominated from physiques like Bob Paris and Frank Zane. This is more of the best. So think of bodybuilding Mount Rushmore: Jay Cutler, Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath. These physiques are good. They're on that list because they're so good. They're physiques that really can't be beaten by anybody else, but we'll see going throughout this tier list. But specifically,
do we take error into it at all? Like, do we take that into account at all? Like, if there's, just say Lee Haney of
right.
We're going to put him in the 80s, I think, primarily. Do we take into account that Lee Haney was in the 80s, and you're like, if he's 50-50 with some guys from the 90s, do we give him like a...
I think there's a lot of ways we could have done it, but what I decided on was just to do it in a vacuum. So who was the best of the 70s of this, because if we were to rank everyone in relation to 2003 Ronnie Coleman, well, then everyone from the 70s and 80s would be in D tier. So I think we just have to do it in a vacuum. The best
I'm
of
looking
that
forward to seeing
decade.
if Lee Haney's top 20. You know what I mean? Is he top 20?
I have a feeling he won't be. Maybe like 20th to 18th. I don't know. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay, Dylan, why don't you tell me a little bit about what kind of content you're going to show me when it comes to this?
Oh, good question, Kenson. So we have the entirety of Instagram on our hands. We have the entirety of Instagram we can look at. We also have, this seems to be a video from a channel that you guys know very well, Mark's Max Muscle. He's done a lot of these comparisons. So comparing these guys in our tier list will be pretty easy with videos like this at our disposal. We have entire databases of old photos that we can look at, more YouTube videos, and just at the end of the day, Google usually gets the job done fairly well. Any other questions so far?
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't answer mine.
What do you mean? Those are the elements we're going to put on the screen. What do you mean?
Are you going to be showing quarter turns, mandatory poses? Will
No,
it be video? Will it
not
be
for this
pictures
decade.
in
Not for
particular?
this decade,
No?
because there's just not a lot of surviving footage. Like, there's actually like a lot less surviving footage than you'd probably think. Oh, last thing. Anyone in the live chat right now, this isn't necessarily a priority, but we're all going to get a vote in regards to which tier a bodybuilder is going into. So there's 5 votes on this panel. But if you in chat would like to put your finger on the scale, feel free to send in a super chat of any amount. We'll consider your vote as well. I'll probably weigh it a little bit more. Definitely more than whatever Kenson's weighs. So maybe 2 votes. Anyway.
You shill.
I'm in the live chat right now. Nice. Okay. So, does that answer all your questions, Kenson?
Yeah, I think it does. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I don't want
this via tier list. You mentioned this, right?
If it wasn't obvious, we're doing this via a tier list. Maybe someone out there has that question. I hear a voice in the back of my head asking insanely obvious questions, but we're gonna do this via a tier list. Okay. Does anyone? We don't have to go in order of how they appear here. We can start with Mark. This is your first video back on the channel. Would you like to do the honors? And who do you want to talk about first?
My first video that I did. You say?
The first video on this channel
Oh.
in a long time.
I thought you said, because you were looking at my videos, I thought you said the first video that I made was about Robbie Robinson.
Oh, it was?
Really?
We can start with Robbie.
Well, he's my favorite bodybuilder.
Perfect. Let's start with Robbie Robinson. Mark, what do you think about, I assume you know the tiers. S tier is the pinnacle, the best of the best. A tier, pretty good. B tier, B and C tier are going to be more average, slightly below, slightly above, and the D tier is the worst of the crop. I didn't put an F tier because there's no point of putting bodybuilders that go into the F tier in a list like this, because we already are about to go over 100+ names. So,
hey Dylan, I can't see the tier list.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell
can't
you.
even see you bastards.
I forgot to tell you. You guys will unfortunately not be able to see the tier list. I couldn't figure out a way to do this.
When I was mentioning the tier list, now I seem like the dumbass.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. I hated on you for no reason.
He's like, if it isn't insanely obvious,
it's obvious to everyone watching. Unfortunately, without running, I could run another Zoom, but I don't. I'm already running a stream and a Zoom.
I got this open now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Currently ranking.
Okay, I can see it.
Okay. Mark, which tier would you like to put Robbie Robinson in?
Well, I mean, my soul, if you're comparing him with all of the bodybuilders in the world, his conditioning ain't going to be close to any of them.
Of the 70s.
Also, it's a tier list of the 70s standard.
Of the 70s.
Yeah, it's the 70s tier list. Golden era bodybuilders.
I think that he would rank very well.
I agree.
I wouldn't put him top because he was missing a couple of things.
Like what? I always considered him a very complete
Was
athlete.
his legs a little small?
Super dry condition, which a couple of guys did have, and he didn't have calves.
Mm.
That's two things right there. And he
Yeah.
had some funky posing, I will say. He's my favorite bodybuilder, but he would dance, right? He would get into it.
He's
He
a
would
little
dance.
groovy. He's a little groovy.
He would forget his
Oh.
routine, though. He admits that. He would forget what he was doing because he was into the groove and he would start dancing away.
Well, Samir Banu and a few bodybuilders would hate that based on
Hey,
that dancing that was recently.
I don't blame them.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Okay, I can see. Oh, yeah, Robbie's legs weren't too bad for back then, but to be honest.
No, his calves.
It's just the
his
calves,
quads
yeah.
were great. His quads, hamstrings were great too.
His legs were better than I remember, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
overall.
he had great.
His front
There's
double
a
was
picture
epic.
of him
Yeah.
next to Arnold that they refused to show on pumping iron because it made Arnold's legs look small.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me actually. To be honest, yeah,
It is-
the quad's bigger than I thought.
It is worth noting we are going again for the 70s and 80s. It's hard to do this, but we are ranking a specific version. We are comparing each guy at their all-time best, is what I'm saying. So for the
That's
70s,
tough for Robbie.
so it's not like, well, this guy was more, he was able to bring the same package over and over again, consistent. It's not about that. It's about, your best package ever, could that beat someone else's best package ever? So we're talking best Robbie and best of everyone else, so forth.
So what's the best Robbie?
That
I
omitted.
It's really hazy.
Someone Luca Fonseca said Zane 79, but that's not Robbie. I thought he said Robbie 79.
Robbie 78, Robbie 77 and 78. He placed first in his
focus.
class, if I'm not mistaken. Then he lost to Zane in the overall. But he actually looked good in the 80s and in the 90s.
Well, we have to take. We're only
But no, in
judging the 70s.
70s, we'll say 78, but the pictures are hard to go by.
Yeah,
77, 78. 79, he placed a little bit less. He played, I think even Boyer beat him.
You know, I would put him very high. Would anybody object to
I
an
would
A
put him-
tier?
I
In the
say A.
70s? Let me see
Yeah,
your
I'd go
little
with A.
sheet here. Oh, your
'Cause I don't
sheet
think
gets
he's
put into
S,
this.
but I think he's.
I could
Yeah,
see
I
an
think
argument for
missing,
S.
Missing the super dry condition, which we will see from a couple of them. And if a guy has big calves beside him, that must be from the 80s. If that's
I think he's top of the A tier.
I would say very
Yes.
top. I do think there's an argument for S because I don't think there's too many S tiers. I would only put like 2.
well,
Was Robbie
70s.
underrated? Do you think?
Yes,
Oh,
incredibly
absolutely.
underrated
Of course, he placed first at the Olympia 2 different times.
in his
In the
class.
height.
Masters.
70s. No, not Masters. 70s. Placed first in his class. 2
Oh.
years. The Olympia.
Yeah, because they have a tall and short.
Yeah, heavyweights. He won the heavyweight.
Oh yeah, it wasn't tall and short. It was,
Hmm.
Well, yeah, it was. That's what they called it: tall man, short man. Even though it had nothing to do with the heights. Under 200
that's
pounds.
interesting.
Yeah, because
Yeah, 'cause
generally
that confused me.
everybody was the same height because there was only so many supplements a man could take. So usually, if a guy was over 200 pounds, he was a tall man.
Right. I could do S, but I think A is probably a little bit more correct. Does anyone else object?
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Josh?
Ace,
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous to put him in S just because you never know who's going to pop up next.
Right, we can
That's gonna,
reconfigure
like-
at the end.
Oh, okay. So if we
Yeah.
can move things around, then yeah, we'll definitely put A.
Kenson?
Yeah, A. Perfect.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Emilio Caliti it says A.
I don't care what Emilio says. no. I love you, Emilio. I love you. Okay. Next, let's get one of the guys I put on there for the culture. You know what you guys know about Dave Draper?
He was in movies.
Lon Palmer.
Yeah, I've heard
He
the
was
name.
in what?
He was in movies.
Was he? He was on a TV show. I know he was on Beverly Hillbillies.
I'm pretty sure he's in movies because I remember in Australia back when I was like younger, we used to have all these older like 70s, 80s movies on and stuff. And I remember Dave Draper was on one of them on a beach. I think it was a movie, maybe it was a TV show, but yeah, it was
Yeah, I
definitely Dave
remember seeing
Draper.
him on. It was on the Monkeys. It was out on the beach. Pretty sure that was the Monkeys.
Oh, yeah, the monkeys used to be on in Australia, so that's probably it.
Yeah. I used to build wooden furniture for Arnold and all them at a driftwood. Fancy furniture too.
Mark, I don't know much about Dave Draper. I put him on here because I always heard him as a
He was an
name.
Olympian. He
Well-
competed once at the Olympia.
The guys around the time spoke fairly highly of him. They always mention him as someone that was around, someone that was good.
Yeah, he was very famous. One of the first bodybuilders I've ever heard of.
Huh.
He was in 2 movies. He was in Don't Make Waves in 67 and Lord Love a Duck in
Did not
60.
translate well at all to the screen. He had like a little man's voice, kind of. He didn't have like a big booming voice, and it kind of. He almost ended up looking like a comedian type character. It just didn't translate well.
Does anybody know about Dave Draper's back? Does a photo of said
He's got a
back
very
exist?
impressive back.
I'll be the judge of that
Yeah,
once I find
there's
it.
There's a back double. There's a back. He does a good tilted rear double by. We get a decent shot here. Give you guys the shot here. And he does a good
Hey,
mantis pose.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty thick. Wouldn't you say, Xavier?
He won the universe.
Well, it hasn't come up yet, and I don't see it on my.
Oh yeah, you're
screen,
like
so-
30. You're like 30
We're all
seconds
waiting.
behind. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him.
Maybe I will try to
Yeah,
run
I-
a second Zoom next time, but
I
it's
think
on
next
there.
time what you should do is just run it through Zoom, and then you can share through Zoom, and then it will come up. On
Then
the
I
live,
can't
you know
make it
what
a preview. I gotta have my preview on my YouTube channel.
What do you mean you got to have your preview?
You can't schedule a Zoom in advance.
Oh, that's such a shit.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't do it like that. I don't really care about.
StreamYard. You tied us.
Oh, is it cost money?
Yeah, it does.
Damn! Imagine paying for StreamYard.
I mean,
Well,
That's what I do
OBS
on
doesn't
my
cost
for,
anything. You can do it. You
Riverside,
can do it through
so-
OBS.
I'm doing it
But he's
through
doing it
OBS.
through OBS, but you can't.
Oh,
then
well, then you're
chat
doing
with
it
us
wrong through OBS.
Oh, I'm-
Did Draper
I-
even compete in the 70s? He only competed like a handful of time in the 70s.
Well,
Okay,
this
when it comes to Draper, see, no,
he
the
didn't
thing with
compete in the
Draper is-
70s, but it's more of a golden era list. Like the cutoff for this list is 1981 because Franco won the last year. Chris Dickerson and on, I feel like, are a little too different. So the cutoff is technically 81. And I guess we could do a little before. I didn't put Larry Scott on here, but maybe I should have.
Larry Scott would be a
Oh,
60s
I know
guy.
this guy. Yeah.
Okay, Draper was a
Blonde bomber?
He
Yeah.
embodied what a typical, I think, and I don't mean that in a negative way. He had a very typical golden era classic physique. He wasn't
yes.
missing the things that you really need for that. He had a small waist. His vacuum was very good as well. He had good arms. You had to have arms back. You didn't have arms, then you weren't classic enough, right? Good shoulders. His chest was not as good as a guy like Arnold, but not terrible either.
Nobody's
His legs weren't overly big, but they did have definition, and they had as much sweep as you would expect for that era. Conditioning wise, I don't think that he was anything fantastic when it came to competition. So for me personally, to start it off, I would have him either
Say
maybe
it.
lower side of A,
C.
upper side of
No,
fuck.
no. I'm putting him like D tier.
See, I
Really?
said C. I felt harsh.
Oh.
No. Well, look, the condition. Yeah, I suppose, but you're talking about the conditioning for that era as well, correct?
Yeah, it's in a vacuum.
I would put him in
Okay,
the
so for
60s,
that
though.
era, I mean, how did he do when it came to his placings at the Olympics?
Well, he competed like I don't
He
think
placed third, I believe, at the Olympia.
I think that's
Lost,
what it said.
yeah,
Fourth.
top 3 at the Olympics.
Fourth.
Pretty good.
In
Yeah.
in
Out of-
Out of how
67,
many though?
in
How
67,
many?
There
that was like last.
was like 4
Yeah,
people.
It
we
was
looked at one and
last.
someone got
There was
second, and it
4
was like
people
those
that
two
competed
people.
that year.
That's fair to say as well. Good point.
Chuck Sykes
Okay.
or somebody like that.
You can say fourth or third, or you can say last or second last.
Okay,
He was
okay.
better,
I would
though,
say
in the
second
60s.
last.
Kenson, you're
Okay,
saying
well,
A
maybe-
tier. I'm saying D tier. What do you, Josh?
I'll say a soft C.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was just.
I'll give you a soft D.
Dang it, Xavier. Now I feel like I'm copying you. But yeah, I'd say C. Yeah.
Mark?
It's fine,
Show
Josh.
me
You
your
can
little-
copy me and be
show me
right.
your thing again on the. Put your thing up on.
And be
on
right.
your thing. Show me the thing on the screen on your live
The tier
so I
list?
can see. Yeah.
Emilio says she would give him a C.
Did you call Emilio a she? I don't think
Is it
Amelia.
she?
I made
Give
it.
him a
really
C.
don't-
I think it would be Amelia if
Oh,
it was
I
a
really
she.
don't think so. If you're talking
You are
about in
right,
a
yes.
vacuum,
Did you
then I
put-
mean, it's
did you
definitely
put the
higher
thing
than
up?
D.
I did
You
put it up.
C,
I don't see it yet.
I could accept C, but I don't
Yep,
think
it's
it's
on me now.
D. I think D's too low. I think C might be acceptable.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking the 70s,
Yeah.
Dave's not going to fare very well, but he competed mostly in the 60s.
It's a golden era tier list.
Yeah,
The vacuum's expanding.
The vacuum is expanding. It's a black hole.
he was good in the 60s, but he ain't beaten too many people. You know who he is? He's Mike Katz is who he is.
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
You know,
I think
I wanted to
Mike
put
Katz is
I wanted to
fine.
put Mike on this list, and Xavier said
Barham's
he's
the
shit.
worst guy.
Xavier said he's shit. He's the he's the worst ever. That's what he said.
No, remember I started to show you some photos. I'm like, what's happening here? Like,
Walker
and
beat him.
then you're like, he got second in the Olympia. I'm like, that was last, bro.
Roger Walker beat him.
We almost put Roger on
Yep.
this list as well,
Yeah,
but we
me too.
trimmed some of the fat.
What about Paul
I
Grant?
thought Roger could have been on there.
Wales.
Same thing.
ah.
Mark, what's your ranking here?
Emilio's a male.
I told you.
I hate to say it, but D.
Amen. I think. Okay, you take out the high, you take out the
For
low.
the 70s.
That puts him in low C, and that's a stretch. That's a stretch. I'll tell you what.
I'm looking at the guys you got down there. I see Boyer Co. I mean, he ain't beating these guys.
Xavier, who do you want to go to next?
Who do I want to go to next? Let
Yes.
me have a look at this tier list here. Let's go.
You made it. You.
Send us the tier list, all right? I want the tier list.
I want Serge Nubray.
Okay.
I
Was my favorite. Was my favorite growing up.
Yeah, I love me some Serge Nubray. Apparently he trained for hours on end.
Yeah.
get them fine cuts.
Did Serge Nubray ever get in trouble for anything?
Well, he did movies. They said he did dirty films. Or something.
Right.
Yeah, so I thought there was
But
something.
I
I was
don't
like, there's
think they
something,
were
but it
dirty
was like,
films. I think they were just he did all these like gladiator movies.
The only problem I have with Surge are the quads. Even for the time, I don't think they were particularly strong.
No, eh?
Chest was pretty good though. Chest,
he had such a supreme physique, though. It was like,
yeah, good physique. But I mean,
so
who is
cool.
he beating? Who is he beating? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Lou?
He did beat Lou in 75. In 74, third. That was probably last, right?
74, he
Yeah.
wasn't even there. That's a farce.
Oh, okay.
You find me a picture of Serge Nubray from the Olympia. And I'll give you $10.
And you know, the thing is, you can't really go by the placings, especially in the golden era, because I think politics were.
Says he
quite a
competed
play.
there, but I was there and I didn't see him.
Serge Nubray did a lot of movies.
Yes, many.
I wouldn't mind
That's
seeing
why
some
he
of
didn't
those
want to
movies.
do Pumping Iron. He said, "I'll do Pumping Iron for this much amount of money," and they said, "No."
I
He
used
said,
to.
Fine, screw you.
This
I'm
this is a workout I tried to do back in the day when I was a wee lad. Serge Nubray pump training, and it was like the basic routine. So it's a 3-day split, right? You train 6 days, rest 1, and it's just like squats, 8 sets, leg press, 8 sets, and then apparently he would do like 30 seconds rest or something like that. And sometimes he would like take small naps in the gyms or just chill out sessions in between some of these workouts. Because, you know, they would just be so long. But this is a
I wonder
real
if
routine
training-
I used to do.
I wonder if just training with tons and tons of volume, just on average, leads to a more aesthetic physique.
Well, these guys had the best genetics in the world at the time, and they were taking gear. So I think anything they did was going to work.
I think Surge
Yeah,
claimed natural.
To an extent, yeah. Serge is
Who
probably
told you
lying.
that? Where are you getting your information from?
He has an
Was-
autobiography.
They say he used to stand out in the cold to try to shiver the last little bit of fat off him.
Yeah, I heard Chris Aceto say that. Apparently, Aceto knew him, I think.
He's an interesting guy. Serge
Yeah, he
Nubray.
sounds.
I think there was an
sounds
old
quirky.
article on bodybuilding.com and it was an interview. And I don't quote me on that, but I think he was claiming natural. But I mean, a lot of people were. A lot of people still claim natural even now, even in their old age where they have nothing
I don't
left to
even-
lose.
Pay attention to it anymore.
Right.
Following disputes with the IFBB, he founded the World Amateur Bodybuilding Association, WABA,
Yes.
in 1976
Yeah.
and organized amateur bodybuilding competitions.
Sergio
Sounds like
was
something
there.
that Lee Haney's doing at the moment.
Lee Haney's fake and gay.
He's got his own federation now. He's left the NPC IFBB.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's worked out well in the past. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I don't. I feel like everyone that starts their own federation, just like apart from Paul Dillette, he's the only one who's like,
Yo,
Big success.
what pose is this?
Now.
Oh, you guys
Oh,
can't
well,
see it. That's for the viewers at home. It's a questionable thing. You'll see. But you know there
is it
are
as
some
questionable as Bruno Santos.
not a different kind of questionable. But Serge Nubret, he's going to get an A tier for me.
A.
Yeah, I'd put him there.
I'd put
That's from
A.
73. That picture you showed.
A, but below Robbie Robinson, I'd say.
Okay. Josh, what do you have to say about not Frank Zane, Serge Nubret?
Oh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, but just for legs.
Did Josh die? Oh no, he's contemplating.
Oh, I was talking to myself. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, Serge is such a iconic character when it comes to bodybuilding. I think everyone growing up saw these photos, so I feel like it'd be a crime if I put him underneath A.
It would be. And this is evidence.
You go to jail.
All right.
Yeah,
I think he's an A.
Okay. Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, he's
I'll
A.
agree.
Mark, do you disagree?
Yeah.
I do not disagree.
Below
I got
Robbie?
the tier list.
Is everyone okay
No,
with below?
he's not below Robbie. Robbie's an A tier, right?
Well, yeah, we'll come back to that. We're gonna have it in order. But yeah, we'll come back
I
to
don't know.
that.
Serge is crazy. I'm looking at these photos that you've got up on the
Yeah.
screen.
But it's not
I'm
the
like-
legs are not as good as Robbie's. I think at that point Robbie's
There's-
just an upgrade.
Yeah, there's a lot of photo shoots as well, right?
Right.
Mm. Do you think black people sort of got the shaft back then, to be honest, in the judging? Do you think we don't look at these like black
Depends.
bodybuilders from yesteryear?
Probably a little.
Because
It
I look
depends.
at Robbie and I'm like,
they wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So
yeah. In some
Probably
ways, I'm
do
like, is Robbie like better than Arnold in some ways? In certain years, like, you know.
Okay.
I wouldn't put past it.
I'm gonna go to one of my favorite guys ever. Period. Danny Padilla. Danny Padilla. I've heard people say that. That makes me so mad. Danny Padilla.
I'd say Padilla.
I used to say Padilla.
famously ripped off at the 1981 Olympia, which I think he should have won. Mark, you did this comparison between him and Tom. I would have put him. Yeah, you did. I would have put him above everyone. And where did he end up placing? Fourth, fifth,
Fourth. No, he got.
fifth.
He did get fifth.
Third?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Boyer Cole that got fourth. No, he got fifth.
Danny Padilla had great muscularity for the time, and was actually more conditioned on average at the time. And I think he has benefited
Wow.
by competing at the end of the more into the 80s. His best version being 1981 probably. But he was all good through the 90s as well, bringing in different packages. But everything is there. The only reason I wouldn't put him in S tier, and I was talked out of this by a friend, is because of the height. And I know a lot of people say height doesn't matter in bodybuilding. I think it does. It certainly does. That's indisputable. It matters on some fronts, but especially in the golden era, I think high A tier is probably about as high as he can go.
The way he's posing that back double bicep really doesn't do his legs justice, does it?
That's how
Like,
they
he's got
all
calves.
did.
Yeah, I know, it's
Look at
so
the calves,
frustrating.
though. Look at the calves.
Calves crazy. The
Calves.
back, the just the pose from the waist up. It's like whoa.
The thickness, the detail, the tie-ins. That's
He'd have striated if he posed his legs with his knees out. He would have striated glutes there.
Yeah. So I'm all for hearing arguments about S tier. If someone convinces me, I'll do it. I'll say S tier with you.
No, I'm A.
Kenson, as another short guy, how do you feel about Danny Padilla?
That was so sliding.
I think I'm the shortest guy here. I don't think it matters.
I'm not tall.
No, I'm honestly trying to decide. I would put him in A. I think A is fair for now, and there might be argument for making him S depending on who else ranks where. But I think A is pretty safe for now.
Josh, as the tallest guy here, what do you think?
Well, I am the tallest. What was
6'3".
his
Hey, you are tall as
6'3",
fuck,
baby?
man.
How tall is Josh?
6'3". Clydesdale.
He's 6'3".
6'3", 220, baby.
Damn.
I know.
Xavier
It's
Wills,
insane.
pretty tall.
I'm 6 foot.
What's his best
that's good.
placings, Danny? What's his best placing?
Fifth
Fifth?
Olympia.
What does that sound?
There was a noise.
What
People
was-
said it was a robbery. People said it was a robbery.
Really?
Yeah, let me
Okay.
look.
Oh, yes. It's worth an argument for sure. Tom Platz was there.
Danny absolutely won the 1981 Olympia. Anyone that says otherwise is a fool. A fool, I say.
Dean Bob says he's fun sized.
5'2" is a good size.
His best placing, it probably was the 1981 Olympia given the lineup, but it was his best package by far. Look, I think it should have won. And I think at minimum it should have beaten Franco. That puts him, Tom Platt should have done the same thing for that matter. So even if we're just examining those three, that puts him in the top two. If
Roy
you want
Callender was out of sight at that Olympia.
Oh, please, Roy Callender.
Roy
Oh.
Callender better be on your list.
I think I put him in the 80s one.
All right.
Yeah, we talked about Roy Callender, right?
Roy Callender, if you put him side by side with Danny Padilla in 81.
You know how many guys look like this nowadays?
He goes pose for pose with Danny.
This look that Danny has going on, the messy, soaked hair, the greasy hair. This
He
is
looks
what
like a drowned rat.
this is what people
He's
look
so-
like today. They're all into that I don't know, is that an e-boy look? Is that an e-boy? Xavier, are you familiar?
Are you bagging me out? You give me
No,
shit
no,
at my head.
no. They're usually they're typically white Asian males, and they wear the black tank tops and the sweatpants, and they go to the gym and wear Young LA and post on Instagram, post their edits. You know what I'm
You're
talking
younger
about?
than me. Why the fuck are you asking me for? I'm 35. I'm old as shit.
Okay.
That's
Are you
pretty old.
Josh? How old are you?
Yeah, you can't.
About to turn 36.
Josh is young. How old?
What do you say?
I can't hear Josh.
No, your
Can't hear
mic's
him.
off again.
You
Look,
muted
can
yourself.
You could ask Sanch, who trains at a regular gym, or Dylan. You would know better than us. You trained at an actual gym.
31.
David, you
No, he's counting down to. No, can't hear him. Oh no!
Just do
Oh,
sign. Just do sign.
just type in the
Can
chat.
you-
he said 31. He said 31. That makes him.
Okay.
Kenson, how old are you?
37.
That makes
Oh,
I'm the
Seven?
youngest, of course. Yeah,
in the
that's a
middle.
lit.
I'm the middle child.
37
Yes,
is
you are.
crazy. Josh is the second youngest here. That's crazy as well. We still can't
No.
hear you, Josh. I don't know what happened.
He's like John Cena, except you can't hear me. Ba, ba, da, ba. It's funny.
You can't hear me.
Let's stop the entire stream until Josh fixes his audio issues.
Shut it down, Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Someone
you'll have
said,
to sign out and sign back in.
Hack Lampan says, Dylan, as a fellow Gen Z, I hear you. And also, Dylan, why am I looking at your chat instead of you?
Oh, he left, but he'll be
Oh,
back.
he's
Dylan.
gone. He's gone. I hope you're happy.
He'll be back.
The youngest guy is being a boomer. Who's the youngest guy? Dylan, you're the youngest guy.
By far. He's like 20 years old.
The youngest
I know.
guy's being
He's a
boomer.
child.
Okay. Hold
I
on.
like how they thought Saunch was younger than you. And that's Wall Black Betty as well. I've seen you around Wall Black Betty. I think you've been on my channel.
Yeah, Black
Mhm.
Betty comments on mine all the time.
I see him everywhere.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Yeah, I do.
Like
yeah.
Lucian Papa, but
He
he's
got
like
upset at me one
forgotten.
time. He got
Who's
upset at
Lucian
me one
Papa?
time.
Lucian Papa
Well,
is a
Black Betty
guy
did.
that would comment under
Well, Black
every
Betty did, yeah.
single Dorian video, always defending Dorian, no matter what the video was about. If it had Dorian in it, it was a comparison. He was running to his rescue.
I tried to form a search party to go find Lucian Papa, but he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah, yeah.
No,
it's-
he is. I mentioned him in my video. I said we gotta find him, guys. He's the
Wait,
number
if you can
one
find
Dorian.
is his profile on YouTube?
it's been deleted.
Gone. I can't find any old comments or anything.
Oh.
The
He
plot
was more
thickens.
famous. He was more famous than the channels. He would comment on Tominators and Nick Strength and
Let me-
Power. Lucian
I'll try to
Papa.
track him down. How do you spell it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Lucian.
That's so difficult. Lucian. I'm like L-U-double-C.
Lucian.
L-U-C.
He was
What do you say,
Dorian.
Kenson?
IAN.
I-A-N.
Kenson, you must have been getting
Two
his
Cs?
comments. He was still around. when you
Lucian
started.
Popper?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Like Poppa?
You probably wouldn't even have taken note. He was just like another commenter, but he's been around
Yeah.
for years and years.
Okay. Okay. So everyone said A. Xavier, did you comment on Danny Padilla?
A.
Okay. Above Surge? I'd put him above Surge, most definitely.
Where's Serge?
He is below Robbie, but still in the A tier.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Robbie and Danny are like neck and neck.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd maybe have him just
Robbie's
behind.
not. The thing about Danny, he nailed it once. He was that.
That's not what it's about. That is not what it's about. It is about.
Okay. He was in 81.
It is about.
At 81, maybe. He absolutely was at his best in 81.
Right.
He must have had some vodka, some pizza.
Okay. I'll put him above Robbie because I love Danny Padilla. Okay.
Robbie beat him at the 79. I forget what it was called. Night of Champions? It was close.
79 Night of Champions.
I don't know.
You are correct. You are correct. Mike Mincer was in third. Boyer Co was in fourth. Bill Grant in fifth. Okay. Kenson, have you had a pick yet? You can pick next.
I can pick next. Who do you got?
We have the likes.
Paul Sanchez up close.
Oh, is he back? I gotta configure the stream if he's back.
Do we hear him?
You can hear me
We
now,
hear you.
right?
Yes, we
We can
can.
definitely see him.
Yeah.
We can see him.
We can
How
see
old
you.
are you?
We haven't figured that out yet.
No,
He's
31?
31.
31.
Okay, yeah.
So
Your
what
sign
happened?
worked. Your
Yeah, what
sign
happened
worked.
was I was messing with my audio because my cat's screaming, and somehow I bumped my mic volume all the way down.
Your
I have a
cat
little
was
quick
screaming?
Well,
Totoro? Is that
for-
Totoro?
for Totoro, yeah, for
Oh,
years
Totoro.
now. As soon as I start recording, he hears the podcast voice and he immediately just starts screaming.
I was like, who is this Saunch? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
He thinks you're getting, yeah, he's like an alien in your head or something.
Is that better? Is that too much face?
Kenson,
Can't have too much Sanch face.
correct.
Just the right amount.
All right. Good.
Just right.
Kenson, you get next pick.
Well, I need to see your list, Dylan.
It's on the screen. I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture of this and send it to our group chat.
Oh, okay.
If you can tell who's on there. You can't even tell who's on there.
Yeah,
man.
it's very small.
I should have prepared this a little better. I did. I
Hmm.
did. I did though. Kenson,
What do you have? Do you have Ferrigno? Is that Ferrigno?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Big
go with
Louie.
Ferrigno.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's Big Louie.
Big Louis.
Yeah,
go for it.
overrated. And Kenson, Xavier made the ultimate choice not to put him in the 90s. And I'll tell you why we did this. I think his 90s physique is technically better, but in the vacuum, he would have been better in the 70s because there was just less people. He was placing. He could have won Olympias back then. He couldn't have won Olympias in the 90s. But I said, well, it's a better physique in the 90s. Xavier said he would have been better in the 70s. I was like, you know what, Xavier? You're right. This is the first time in your life. We'll do that. So we'll put we'll put him there. We put him in the 70s. His best package was like what, 75 for the Pumping Iron movie?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only one that you're going to find pictures of. He was good at the Universe the year before. 73,
Yeah.
maybe. 73 or 74. But yeah, you're not going
Hey.
to find pictures to be able to even see.
What? So what's going to hold him back? I mean, everybody's familiar with him. What's going to hold him back? Conditioning?
Yeah, even for the time.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
he didn't have the best
Yeah.
calves. His small calves.
Yeah. No, he didn't have any leg definition.
Yo,
and
his
hamstrings.
back is pretty good. Now that I'm
Yeah,
looking.
His back was good, yeah.
Back and quads. He had good back and quads.
Man, look at Surge's back. We got to move him down to F tier. Holy shit.
Oof.
It hasn't
Yeah,
come
his
up
back
yet.
wasn't the best. His back was better years later, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, Lou had the arms for the time, like they definitely were of that era. He had the midsection, like he had the size,
Big
except
chest,
for maybe
too,
the
big-
legs. Yeah, he had the chest reminiscent of that era as well, right? So the conditioning definitely is something that will hold him back. I mean, it was probably worse than Danny Padilla's. Well, way worse than Danny. Sorry, not Danny Padilla. Sorry, the blonde bomber. Probably even worse than
Yeah,
that. So
that would be a matchup right there.
You should do that.
Yeah, it
I
would
hate
be.
doing
But
golden
I
era
mean,
matchups.
you might, for me, I would probably put. I'd probably put him on the tier list.
Yeah, like for the time, how was this physique doing? It's not beating Surge. I mean, by
No.
definition, by definition.
That's it. He's not.
Can you go back to the? Can you go back to the list again? I'm feeling somewhere around a B, maybe.
I think you're gonna get a B out of me as well. It's just the condition. I'd be okay with like low A, but he'd obviously have to be behind Surge because Surge was getting screwed over and Lou still lost, and the whole movie was about him for pumping iron, and he still lost to Surge. So I think that. But with that said, he could have won Mr. Olympias. That. We're not talking about that. We're talking about his best physique ever. But he was so good that had he kept competing and didn't go to the set of the Hulk TV series, he would have won multiple Olympias. So he's good enough to do that, but not good enough to get past probably A tier. Xavier?
Is that Lucian? Oh wait, a green screen. I think I found a Lucian. I was put it in the chat. Lucian Popper. I found.
Link it to me in the Instagram. I want to see.
Yeah. We'll vet
I don't know
this.
if it's the same guy.
Yeah, I think
I
he'll be
found
the
one,
upper
though.
end of B, but I would put him in a solid B.
Okay,
Anybody
Xavier.
disagree with that?
Who are we talking about again?
I hate you so much.
Big
I
C.
hate you so
Big C.
much.
I was finding Lucian Popper for you guys.
Well, you found
Who's
him.
Lucian Popper?
Oh,
Lucian Popper?
I still don't know what poppers do. Are poppers just like...
Those are things you throw on the ground and they go pop. Like,
No, these are like
It's a
drugs.
poor person. It's a poor person.
I have
a
no
pauper.
No, that's a pauper.
The Prince and the
Oh.
Pauper.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a dad. It's like
Popper.
Papa.
No,
From
that's,
England.
that's papa.
Poppy.
Xavier, we're waiting on your answer. We're waiting on your ansser for Lou Ferrigno.
Who are we talking? Lou Freak. Oh, that's right, Lou. I don't know what everyone else said because I was zoned out. But
Clearly.
do you have photos? Give me photos.
They've been on the stream. They've
Okay,
been
we'll go
on the
back.
stream.
So
You're-
next
you're
time,
only
everyone has to
using
have a
it-
separate computer to watch the stream.
You're
Yeah,
only
I know,
using the
'cause otherwise we're
75
doing
version
this.
of Lou.
Okay, let me.
I'm
looking
doing
at-
split screen.
Are you?
You're not using the 90s version of Lou. Remember that, Xavier Wells.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
not the 90s version.
Look at the old
75.
An old watery 75.
Yeah, the old watery 75.
Purple tights. All the way, Louis, all the way.
You'll never
Oh my
get this
God.
chance
All right,
again,
I already- look,
Louis.
I already had this
I'm gonna
conversation.
say.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna say upper
Okay.
tier.
We already
C.
had this conversation.
Upper
I'll be right
C
back.
tier.
Upper C tier. Mark, what did you say?
I was
Yeah.
thinking B or C. but
Where's Serge? Serge is A.
Surge is bottom of
yeah.
A right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we'll go.
Oh, you sent me the tier list. Good.
I'll go B, but I mean, if you guys want to put him C,
No, most of us are saying B.
where was Lou in the 80s? That was his time.
I don't know.
And he didn't go right to the Hulk, He played CFL football.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was a dumb career move.
He did the world's strongest man too.
Yep.
Well, Josh, what do you think?
I was thinking low B.
Low B. I think that puts him in B. Wait, who am I missing? I think Kenson said B. Oh, did Xavier ever give me an answer?
I said a high C.
Mm-hmm.
High C. And then Mark, did you say B?
Yeah. Yeah, C, B, C, B, C.
Okay. I think that, yeah, I think, oh, that's not what I'm supposed to do. We'll put him in B tier. Okay.
I added Arnold in. Well, we'll do him. Oh.
I hate you.
It just came out.
Right, right. Oh, Mark,
Nobody even listens to me anyway.
let's talk about.
Nobody.
Let's talk about. Hold on, let me get this on the screen here because I want to show this.
Well, you can't get it on the screen for us.
I think you should consider an alternative to your life, Xavier. What was that video you sent me, Mark? What year was that for Boyer Co? 82?
82. Was it 83 or 82?
I think it was 82.
Yeah, it was 82, I think. Where he did the Rocky.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
what
Louis
year
should
did
be B.
Rocky 3
We put
came
Louis
out?
in B.
82 or 83?
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Oh my. Yeah, it was 82.
Well, I was
Mark.
looking at it.
Wait, who are we on now?
Was
We
it
are on
82?
Boyer Co. Do you guys know who this is? A lot of people might not know who this
Yeah.
is.
Boyer Co. Yes.
Bring up some images that we'll see like 30 seconds later, Dylan.
Hey, you. Okay, Boyer Co. Honestly, I like him, but it's not a good physique. The more I look at it, I gotta be honest.
He placed high at the Olympia.
Why?
All the time.
Why?
He's white.
Yeah,
Oh,
Because
that
he
helps.
was
Mark,
solid, he had good legs. he
You
had
were
good biceps.
dubious about my claim about the hairpiece.
No, I don't deny it.
Was his waist not as wide as it was in the 80s? Because like he's kind of wide waisted.
Yeah, that's what
He
I
has
thought.
a very unattractive set of abs. He doesn't have abs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here,
there's a
oh,
lot of
look
it
at this.
that's not there.
DaveDraper.com.
He had a Dave Draper midsection, is what he had.
Hmm.
That's going to hold him back. especially in the
DaveDraper.com. On a forum, it said, so they say Boyer Co. wore a hairpiece. This was back in 07.
Conditioning was good though.
Huh.
Yes, he had striated glutes. Show that picture that I
Yeah.
sent you of him next to Arnold. His old soggy glutes.
Show the glutes.
Okay, we'll show the
Show
glutes.
the glutes.
Hold
Show
on.
the glutes.
Hold on. I don't want to expose our DMs.
Oh, you had the Rocky thing up there for a second when he was doing his.
Correct. You know,
Well, this. Sorry, never mind.
There's the Rocky thing there.
I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this, and people are going to be like, this is the photo you were talking about? I don't think it's that impressive. Okay.
There's big old trunks back in the day, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is him
Like
next to
nappies.
Arnold. Yeah, he has striated glutes, but Arnold is beating him in this pose.
Oh, come on.
yeah, he is.
Get off your rocker.
I'm off.
Picture. I see Boyer Co. That's all I see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at those old soggy glutes. And his lats reach down way lower than Arnold's. Get me started.
Arnold wins this pose. Are
Oh,
you?
come on. And look at Ken Waller staring him down. He's going like this. Ken Waller, he's like, you don't flex or else later me and Arnold are going to
Come
get you.
on, come
That's exactly
on.
what- yeah, look at him. He's
hold
about
on,
to do it.
then.
Look.
Mark, where would you put Boyer Co. then?
Yeah, where would you put
Um,
Boyer Co?
He's going to be neck and neck with Lou. I think. Because Lou doesn't have the abs or, he's missing a couple of things. He's better than Lou, I think, in a way, but he's so much smaller.
What was Boyer's nickname? The Raging Cajun?
I don't think he's. I don't think he's better than.
No,
Conditioning is
no, you
better
don't.
than Lou.
We could
but-
put him in D tier, and I'd be
Yeah.
happy.
So
Come
we're
on.
just
Yeah.
talking about how it would be
75
judged.
Lou.
That's it.
75.
No, in
Lou.
that era.
And
How-
that's a 1980.
Are we talking about judging from the area though? That era?
Judging
Yeah, 'cause we
from
can't
the
use that
era.
Boyer
Because
Co.
you said on a stage today we're doing the top 20 lists. So.
Well, we're doing it in a vacuum.
That's
for
what
the
he
tier list.
confused me, and then he told me the
'Cause on a
back.
Vacuum
stage
keeps
today-
expanding as well.
on a stage today, I would say I'd probably say Boyer Co.
Good thing that's not that's not a question we're asking.
Because conditioning.
Well,
Well, that's
we
what you
did-
said at the start. You said on a stage today, the top 20 bodybuilders. That's how we're doing it.
Is that what I
Boyer
sound
Co.
like? Is that what I sound like?
Yes. Exactly
Kinda.
how you sound.
Okay.
Put him in D, Dylan. He's a D.
You said D. Mark, did you say C?
Yeah, I'd put him in the same as Lou, but I mean, I think Lou did beat him, actually, to be honest
yeah.
with you.
Okay,
If Lou's in beat.
I'm saying, you know what? About as good as Dave Draper. How about that? I'll say C. Xavier
I'll say C. I'll say C.
and Josh.
See,
C. Okay.
C.
He's going behind Dave Draper though. I don't think he's that good. Well,
I think he's a D. We'll see who else pops up. We'll see.
He beat Dave Draper.
yeah, maybe because condition. Okay, we'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Arms.
Let's
He
talk
had
about it.
arms.
Let's
For the
talk about
time- for the
another.
time, though?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's
keep going.
Yeah. Anyway,
Keep
let's talk about another. I want to say stinker. Maybe not. Ed Corney. Eh.
Corny was all right.
Yeah, he was a good.
He had pretty
poser,
complete
I'll give him
physique.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
had
he was all
quads
right.
too.
Very
He
good
didn't
for the
really
era.
have anything special.
You know, his front. I was looking at his like front double bicep, and I was like, wow, this is actually not good.
Yeah, he's got some good peaks and stuff. He just.
Okay.
I could think of a half a dozen guys
You-
that are better than him.
Yeah, you can't.
I think
I
he
mean,
was good for the era. You know?
I don't even know if
Like,
he was
even
that good.
Arnold.
The thing about him, he didn't start bodybuilding, I don't think, till he was like late 30s.
Right.
And by the time he was in like the 80s, he was posing to like, lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. He was, and he had gray hair. He was like probably in his 40s then.
Look, you're going to see this picture on screen here in a few seconds. Or maybe, yeah, you see it now. I just don't think this is even good flow. I don't even think it looks that good, like, aesthetic-wise.
I respect
I think
the
that's
guy.
think it's a very
man.
good
Okay,
picture of
hold
him.
on. Take a look at these proportions.
Bicep peaks.
This is what Nick Walker would look like if he weighed 180 pounds.
Hell no. No.
Man,
Nick
I
Walker
can
was
see
not
it.
as
I can see it in the
small.
arms. Yep.
It's
Yeah, that's similar.
Yep,
look,
I can
but
see Nick Walker in those arms.
it's
No, but you know what?
the legs are short,
No, when
torso
you-
long.
But when you look at him, like in Pumping Iron, even Arnold complimented him on his posing, and that was very heavily rewarded back then. Is your presentation as well, and he was very
That's
good.
Posing. Yeah, he was the
Now
best.
that's posing, right? So he was very good that way. His conditioning was very good, I would say, between good and very good for the era as well. I don't know what kind of placings he's had, but in terms of just the physique, I mean, he's not going to be like I don't think he'd be a B, but
That's a solid. I think if we're talking
I think he
like
got fourth maybe one year in his class.
this is average if I
Yeah.
ever saw it. Below
I'd say
average.
C.
So yeah,
don't
I would
think
say
he's
C.
D.
I think this is D tier. I mean C
No,
tier.
I think
This is
C.
C tier.
C.
I mean,
high
I
C.
think he's C. Yeah,
He plays
high
second,
C
actually,
is a
in his
stretch.
class.
put him C.
Josh
He's not a D.
with
Every
the
single
mustache,
photo is a
I'd
front
say
double.
C.
with the mustache.
What about
I would
without
say-
mustache?
Without the mustache, he
would
looks
say
really
D.
weird.
D. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Put him
He
F.
doesn't even look like the same man.
No.
I would have been the exact same category as Boyer.
Yeah, but lower.
C. I'd put him higher than Boyer.
Boyer probably.
I'd say
They're
70s,
same
yeah.
tier.
It would
I
be
would.
Same tier,
close.
but higher. You know.
It would be close.
You guys are smoking crack. Okay.
That front double wasn't
yeah,
bad, man. I don't know what
buddy.
you're on about.
Posing was really good.
Josh, who do you want to talk about?
Let me look at the list.
We have 6 names left.
6 left. Read them off for me real quick.
Sergio, Franco, Frank, Mike Mincer, Tom Platz,
Oh,
Arnold.
Mike. 100% Mike.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Well, you take it away. You tell me what you think.
Well, I think what's the cult called nowadays? The Menser Maniacs.
Yeah, right. A lot of social media, a lot of TikTokers are on this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think there's a lot of relevancy with this guy. I'm not familiar with his competitive history, so I would lean on someone like Mark for that.
Oh, first perfect score. First perfect score. They always bring that up. First perfect score. That doesn't
Wouldn't have been
necessarily
if
mean
Ronnie
a whole
Coleman
lot.
was there. Only perfect because his competition sucked.
Mhm. What year was that?
79?
Doesn't even matter. No, Boyer Co. They say got a perfect score too.
Well, he is perfect.
No, he said he doesn't even say perfect right. He says perfect. without the
Okay.
T.
I think it was 1979. I think it was at the Night of Champions. Well, yeah, because he didn't
For the Olympia.
yeah, he didn't get the placing. He didn't win the show, but he got a perfect score. And then this is where they all say, oh, he's been robbed since the beginning. And then he places 5th at the 1980 Mr. Olympia. And the placings are all over the place for that show, even though Arnold rightfully won it. But
he did play second the year prior, if I'm not mistaken.
And then what did Mike say backstage? He made a
Well, no, Arnold said something to him. They were talking
about your fat stomach.
Arnold wanted to have it to separate the weight classes. That way, all I have to do is defeat Danny Tenorino and Mike Katz. That's all he would have had to beat, and then he would have faced Chris Dickerson in the finals, and that would have been squeaky clean. He would have beat Dickerson. But everybody else wanted to do, no, everybody compete, Arnold. And Arnold knew all these little guys that were way too conditioned for him. So, but then everybody voted against it or whatever. So Arnold, he couldn't say anything about it. So then they got into a little argument, and Boyer Coe said something. And then Arnold says, "Won't you shut up, Boyer?" He was rude to Boyer. And that's when Menzer stood up, and he was about to get in Arnold's face. And he says, "Mike, you would have won last year if your gut wasn't hanging out." And then Mike pounced.
This is true. This is true. I love the photo of Arnold sitting and then Mike pointing at him.
Casually sitting there.
I like this one too.
Ken Waller was beside him. Ken will protect me.
I like this one too. I think Mike Mintzer's kind of mogging Arnold. You know what that means, Xavier?
Yeah, it means like bagging out or something, or like dominating, something like that.
Oh yeah, that's good enough.
I don't see the picture yet.
It'll come in due time.
Did you ever see the on stage one where you can see a fist coming towards Arnold's face?
Yeah, only in your video. Only in your video.
It's on there somewhere. It's in the.
Mike Menzer didn't have the conditioning from behind either.
You know what? I think all around he was very complete. And you know, the stomach doesn't bother me now, but I'm sure back then it was a little bit of a hang up for some.
There was a picture. It's 79.
He pulled a good vacuum though.
That's just
I'd have men's A tier, I reckon.
I would say
Bottom VA.
Bottom of the A.
I want to get down to the bottom of the D, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you know. Well, here's all of them. Here's with Frank Zane. You know, even standing relaxed, I don't think the stomach looks that bad. You guys will see this in a second.
No, he let it out. He would let it out.
Well, you can't do that. It's one thing to have a little thicker back in the day, but you can't let it out.
79. Go to the 79 Olympia, and you'll see his gut hanging out.
He's not even on the list.
Emilio says Mike at least A.
I see.
Yep, I'm with Emilio on that one.
Not much of a chest.
I would go with A.
Are you kidding?
It's not as thick next to like Arnold.
But
Frank's really pops.
A lot of people are going to say he's S tier. Like, he's the best bodybuilder of the decade. He's the best bodybuilder ever.
Sure, they will.
And we're here to disprove
he's
that.
not, for one, but he is very good. So I wouldn't have any problem with like the lower portion of.
I think Mark is just spreading pure propaganda against Mike Minzer.
What about this gut?
When you see him next to Arnold, though, he looked a lot bigger.
Right there it is.
Where?
I mean, it looked a lot smaller.
Oh yeah, you're delayed.
Was it the picture I had pulled up? That wasn't a gut.
No, that was
it's not the one you're clicked on there. It's up on top of that page. Right, he's standing right next to Frank Zane, the black and white one.
I see. Okay. And here's the smoke. You guys got to wait to see this one. Here is the smoking gun. This is a D tier physique. No, I mean really though. There are no videos from this contest, but if this was a normal occurrence, this is an issue.
That's a whale of a lobbyist right there.
Shit.
That is a Holden.
No, man, we got to adjust for inflation. I would still say A.
Hanging out.
But I'm looking at this in hindsight. If I was there, I probably would have said, he's got to lock that in.
Where
He's ruining
did he
it.
place? Where did he place?
Oh, that's the stomach's going hard.
Second. He
Hey,
placed second at that event.
He placed second
Well, you know what?
So did Boyer Crow, though. Him and Boyer Crow both
with that
placed second at
cheeseburger
the
locker.
Olympia.
Yeah, let's take a
Shit.
look at this.
Cheeseburger locker.
He won the
I don't
over.
know, man.
He won the what is that? 200 and up category. He was over 200
Yes.
pounds. That's
And he
quite
placed
impressive.
second overall.
I can tell he was over 200 pounds. Look at that.
Boyer
Man,
Crow.
bruh, that's
Insane.
bad.
Okay, look.
That's bad.
If he was placing second at this point in time with that gut, they were willing to overlook it to some degree. I'm definitely more easy on it nowadays with my modern eyes. I'm still going to say A tier.
Lower end of A, but I'll go with it.
Lower end of
Like
A. This would wipe the floor with Serge Dubray.
Wipe the floor with that gut of his. Like, no, man. It's
Are
the
you using
golden
the
era.
1980 version of him in this 70s?
Yeah, I told you the cutoff was 1981.
Oh, okay. Well, a 1980 Menzer was better than any Menzer in the 70s.
Yes, we're best for because Chris Dickerson was the cutoff.
1980 Menzer was pretty good.
That's
Well,
an.
then in that case, I would go at his still didn't really have the conditioning in the hamstrings.
We're
but
putting
it-
this at the
it's-
top of
I
A.
wouldn't put him A. I wouldn't. I don't know.
You wouldn't put him A. Where are you putting him? S?
Between A and B.
Top of B,
is there a
lower
B
A. That's
plus?
where I'm at.
No, there's no B plus. Xavier, what are you snickering about?
There is now.
I was just laughing at the conversation.
Oh,
He's probably in the chat. Yeah, you guys are missing out on a whole conversation in the chat. I bet.
okay. What about Xavier? So for this tier list, we're doing. What do you think about
Yeah.
Mike? What do you think about Mike Mincer? And where would you rank him?
I've told you like 5 times.
No,
bottom
you
of A.
haven't. No, you
Yes, I
haven't.
have.
Yeah, and then you said
Okay.
As
about
chat is my
bottom of
witness. I've
D.
said bottom of the A.
Bottom of the. Oh yeah, because I said bottom of
And
the
Dylan's
D.
I want to get to the bottom of a D.
Okay, Josh, what do you think?
I'll go with A as well. I don't know about bottom of A, but
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see.
Well, we had two.
You got to put him
people-
at the bottom for now.
We had 2 people that said A to B, and then 3 solid A's. That's going to get him in the A tier. It's my tier list.
Yeah.
I'll put him at the top.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Oh, maybe around Danny.
We'll all boycott like they did in 1981.
Okay, let's talk about another guy from the 80s. This is best version from the 80s. The very beginning. Tom Platz.
Good.
The thing that gets me about him, it's not the overdeveloped legs, which are great. It's the flow. I don't think his upper body flow was that good. I think this is like a C-ish tier physique. I mean, honestly, given that he has a slight leg up, pun not intended, with competing like into the 80s, he's going to have slightly better condition. I think maybe he can be put a little higher, but back was
B.
underrated.
Bottom of the B.
Bottom of the B, I can see it. Mark?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, his flow does suck. He's not great in a lot of poses. He's kind of overrated, but he's conditioning, guys.
Condition
Tom
only
now.
it's only going to get you so far in 1980.
Well, got him third. Beat Danny Padilla.
That was uncalled for. That was just no.
That's only
I don't
one
know.
instance of Danny Padilla. For the most part, he was doing another crouch down front double.
Okay.
To be honest with you, look at Roger Walker back there.
I noticed that. I noticed that.
All them Australians, they're always in a bad mood, eh?
Yeah.
It's the Aussie
Not all of
water.
us. I was telling Dylan about some. We saw John Torelli. Remember? I kept showing you photos of him.
Yep.
Yep, he was very built.
Yep.
Yeah.
A
Mid.
few Aussies back then.
Sonny Schmidt was Australian. Well,
He's going to be on
He
the
was very
list.
good.
moved to Australia.
You don't
Yeah,
have
he
any.
wasn't- yeah.
You don't have a rear lat
Heritage
spread
wise.
here. No rear lat spread. Wow.
Tom, I got one.
Some comparison.
I did. Are you crazy? Is there no rear lats? Oh, there's none from Danny.
Oh, okay, I see. Because I remember Tom's rear lat spread being pretty decent. Like the lats, very low inserted.
I'll send you a real life spread right now.
I can find one. It's going to be easier for me to. I
Beside
remember
chest, I can see why Tom won.
Golden Era Bookworm had
I
one.
don't think so.
Maybe not. I think it was from
Yeah.
1980. Where's your pick,
Demeter
Frank?
1904 says high B, and then Emilio says low A.
Whoa, low A.
See how fast I am?
Yeah,
Dylan?
I could see low.
Well, it's a
I don't
pain
necessarily
to
disagree
pull it
with
up.
Oh,
Luca
I
says
don't know.
Platts B.
Okay, here's the photo I was thinking of. That's a pretty good
You
rear
can
lat
even
spread.
see-
You'll see it in a second.
It's not very wide though. The V-tape is
It
not
reminds me
very
of William Bonac, or who we'll get to in a minute, Franco Colombo, the originator of the flying squirrel lats. What was that? What was that? Did anyone else hear that?
Yeah, that's the one that
The flying squirrel rat.
What is that?
Who made that noise?
I
What
spit.
noise? Oh, that's Josh. That's Josh.
Choked on spit. I've never heard that before.
we have flying squirrels.
Wait, I'm gonna
where
listen
I
to this
live.
on the thing.
I've seen several flying squirrels in my day.
You'll see it in a second.
It's not very wide
Where is it?
though.
Oh, no, this is so far behind, man. I wanted to hear that noise.
No,
I
it's
can
right
hear
there.
us.
Franco Colombo, the originator of the flying squirrel lats.
Oh, that was a good one.
Who was that? Was that you, Josh?
Yeah.
Franco
Mr.
Colombo,
Saunch.
the originator of the flying squirrel lats. What was that?
He immediately jumped on his case.
There's no
You're
lag there.
interrupting the stream.
This really affected Dylan, like emotionally.
It did.
Oh, that was funny.
Good spit take.
Okay, Josh. Well, what do
What
you
is
think
a
about Tom
Flying
Platts?
squirrel lat. Just tell me what the flying squirrel lat is.
They
Did you
look.
see what Roll Black Betty commented about the noise?
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I always thought Tom Platts was had great legs, but was overrated. So I was gonna say like
God.
high C. But I
Okay.
feel like that's mean.
No, I don't think so. Because you said it's overrated. I mean, legacy or whatever, people's opinions aside,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if you guys are wondering what flying squirrel lats mean, it's like the flying squirrel has like the skin all the way from its front legs to its back legs, or I guess you can call them arms maybe. So when you have lats that insert very low to the glutes, low inserting lats, those are flying squirrel lats.
Well, this isn't very aesthetic, so I think this is a detraction.
You know, that's fair. Some people say it isn't. And I think, you know, on a front double, I don't think low lats look good.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Tom Platts. Like, you got to give him an amount in a front double just for the fucking legs.
Okay,
like,
front
look at
double's not
calves.
that good. Front lat spread's not that good. Side chest, pretty good. Back poses are okay. Abs and thighs, of course, is great.
Mid, I wouldn't go. I don't know if I'd go C though. Like mid to low B, maybe
Okay. Xavier, what did you
for
say?
the era.
What do I think about Frank Zane?
Bro. Tom Platts. Tom Platts.
Oh, I thought we went and moved on to Frank Zane. Sorry. I thought we was talking about the flying squirrel lat.
Did
No,
you
Tom Platts,
get a
I
load of
said
this
B.
guy? What'd you say?
We
Cannot
already,
get
I
out of the
already said
chest.
B.
Yeah, but I forgot. I didn't write it down. I was asking you again.
That's on you.
And you said,
That's true.
Frank Zane.
The noise threw me off, bro.
You're busy clipping the stream already. You're
Now he's
clip
putting it back
farming.
on Sanch.
Yeah, Josh, you said, what did you say?
High C. High C.
High C, that's right. Okay, I think that's 3 B's, 2 C's. We'll put them in B. Very low B. Oh, yeah, because
I
that'd be
agree.
above Boyer. Yeah, around Lou Ferrigno. Okay.
Is he beating Lou? Isn't he not beating Lou?
No,
Oh,
I don't
Watery
think
Lou?
so.
Yeah, old watery Lou.
D-Dad,
No.
big.
not his best.
We'll come back to
Yeah.
it. We'll come back to it.
I think he beats Lou.
We'll come back to it.
Lou, we're using the 75 Lou,
not
though,
for-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, not for the era. I don't think so.
but
man.
we'll come back to it.
He's like a water buffalo.
We'll
you see.
reconfigure everything. I want to talk about Frank Zane next. You know, when I first started this list and I had this idea rolling around in my head, I was like, Frank Zane's kind of overrated. kind of small. But then the more I look, the more I'm like, you know what? The quality is really there. This is not his best.
A little.
This is not his best. There's probably going to be an ad for cheesesteak at Arby's. Wow, imagine that.
You're getting an ad. We haven't got it yet.
This isn't his best, but this is one of my favorite posing routines. I've watched this a lot. I encourage you all to go watch it. Very good with the music, Pink Floyd, I believe, and but it shows enough of the quality. And everyone's always talking about, well, it's a good physique. It's a good physique. You know what I mean? It's different than that of something that could be competitive in a bodybuilding stage. But he always was, and probably because of conditioning. But he's also really small, smallest Mr. Olympia ever. I think he weighed less than some years than Franco.
Lucas says S plus. Zane hits a pose and shines like a god. And then Italian Cypress says Zane S.
It's about being
True
competitive in the era. It's and he did win 3 Olympias. I just don't think this can be S. I think A sometimes is going to be a stretch.
A 3-time Mr. Olympia champion is not S tier.
Okay, Josh, is that your vote?
I mean, yeah. I mean, legacy's legacy. That's.
Oh, we're not judging legacy. We are judging best physique versus best physique.
You were angry at Mark before. Now you're getting angry at Josh.
Let me come back to me. I want to watch the rest of this video.
Okay, you watch it and enjoy.
This is Dylan, but this
I'm
is
gonna eat my meat
1983.
stick.
This is just one of the best footages out there I could find. Unfortunately,
But what version are we using?
Mark
is
Mark's
not
not here right now.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
He went to the empty
And
seat.
now we go to our expert field analyst.
Yeah. He's our expert analyst about this era, and there's nothing, and he's not there. Okay,
Going to
well,
our old man analyst.
it's probably 1979. Someone said that in chat earlier. I think he won the Olympia that year, so I think it's probably 1979.
He's an S tier for the era. I always liked the fact that they went with the guy that was not necessarily the biggest, but without a doubt, he didn't have the typical flow of the golden era, but he did have good balance. He had really good conditioning. It wasn't too much, I don't think. It was just very
good for the
time.
time.
And,
Yeah.
and definitely accepted. And Sanch, you're right. He's a 3-time Mr. Olympia champion.
Not what we're judging.
It's the top tier. I mean, it's number 1. You have to take it at least as a fact. I'm not saying it's the entirety. It's not the decision maker, but it is part of the decision. So I think that he's S. I would put him in S.
Josh literally got snacks so he can watch Frank Zane pose.
I need to go get a snack in about 10 minutes to finish this shit up.
Got your meat stick in your hand.
I got my second one too.
Bro.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Emilio,
Vulcan,
I'm reading the chat. I mean, he has a very good physique, but I am 16 and I got bigger calves than him, almost by 2 inches. I don't think his measurement can match the other. The shape can't carry him to S. Thank you, Emilio. And you know what? We should measure your schlong next for this opinion that you just bestowed upon us, for having the balls to say Frank Zane is not that good.
They still said you'd give him an A. That's pretty good. Where would you put him, Dylan?
I'd probably say,
Dylan.
if you asked me a week ago, I would have said B. Today, I'll say A.
I agree.
Is Mark back? Did I just hear him snicker? Yes, I knew it.
Mark's back.
Mark,
Before it was literally this. It was like, Mark, what do you think?
I said I was leaving.
I didn't hear
very
you.
bad.
Mark, best version of Frank Zane, 79?
Well, yeah, I think he got a little better every year. 78 was good.
I disagree. By the late 80s, he was withered, battered.
Late 80s.
Later in his career in the 80s. Let me rephrase.
83? His last year, you mean?
Yeah, not good.
82 was his worst year.
Look.
No,
Well, I want to look at the
79.
back. I want to look at the back. I need to
79.
see this.
Oh, his back is good.
Yeah, but how good? Ooh.
Pretty good.
Okay,
Look
here's
at him
him.
next
Here's
to
him next to
Samir
Samir.
Very
Hey,
damn
Dylan.
good.
What'd you say,
Oh,
Xavier?
no,
Very
never mind.
good back.
I was just saying, hey Dylan, because you had nothing on the screen for a little bit. It was just black on the screen. I just thought I'd let you know, but it's come back. It's good now. But it was like for a second there, for about 20, 30 seconds, it was just black on the screen and us in the corner. So we're good now.
Dylan, I can't believe that I have to stream your stream while I'm on your stream. Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
The
stop
delinquency.
bitching. I
This
think
is just a way to get like another 4 viewers, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Really, though. Like I'm literally contributing to your view count.
This
right
is
now.
going to get
Well,
more. This is going to get more views in the playback anyway.
Your
Well,
analytics
you're
are
streaming
through the
it.
roof.
You're
Actually,
streaming
really.
this at the same. You're doing this at the same time 2 other bodybuilding channels live as well. So
John Livia and who else?
Oh,
And,
is John
Discord.
live now too?
Muscle Discord.
Muscle
And
Disc.
Yeah.
Hustle Discord?
Get
They
out of
in-
town.
in the
Who?
show together?
Huh?
I'm a subscriber to both of their channels.
I don't subscribe to any of you guys.
You asshole.
You
Um,
I'm gonna go comment
Okay.
on John's stream while I'm here.
Someone said
I'm-
S.
no, yeah, that's where he's at. He's S. I don't care.
Okay. Josh, you were the one that I put down for S. Do you still
S.
agree?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm still
Mark?
there. Yep.
I got no quotes. I'd put him A, but
Oh,
I have no quotes and
Excellent.
clones, or if I'm mispronouncing that
excellent.
word.
He's not live anymore.
Okay,
So
Xavier.
me, Dylan, and Mark are on the same page.
I mean, I
Xavier.
got no problem with
Oh,
S, but I'd
I like
personally
A.
put him A.
that puts him in A tier. I'll put him at the very top.
Yeah.
I'll put him at the very top. I'll throw you
If
guys.
anyone
a
wanted
bone.
to leave a super chat and make things real difficult, they could just super
Oh
chat
yeah.
their S
Okay,
tier.
you're
They
right.
would get
You're
a
right.
vote. It'd be
You're
equal.
right.
Even Stevens.
You're right. This one seems to be contentious. We will count. I think it would be a tiebreaker. Yeah. You know what?
Then we have a pose down at finals.
Yeah. Then we'll have a post down at finals. Guest posing from Xavier, completely nude. Last call for a super chat. Last call for a super chat to who?
Xavier Wills. He
Yeah.
shredded the
It's
thing.
AI. It's literally AI.
It ain't. He put right on it. It's not edited.
Look.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh!
You got a super chat, Dylan.
Oh!
Can Xavier's best look get lettered in this? Upper body maybe at least be beating out fucking Draper. Lol. All jokes aside, Xavier is pretty impressive. Oh, I didn't even
Impressive,
read that.
my ass. Impressive,
The
my
big
ass.
take
The
on
big
that.
John.
I like that comment already. Thank you, the big take.
John.
Dylan gets
S
his money though.
S
I've been on his
or
best
A
before.
S or A
Yeah, he
tier
had-
for
he had
Frank
Tony
Zane.
on.
John, please
Good
let us
channel.
know.
No. The best part is he didn't say it in his super chat comment, so now he doesn't have the opportunity to vote anymore.
No,
It's
no. Yeah, he has to
Yeah,
leave
he gets
another
up
super
to-
chat. John, please don't leave us hanging. We want to know your opinion. S tier. Look at how Kenson spelled tier. Kenson, I don't think
I knew that would.
I don't think your IQ is high enough to be on this show.
Yeah, but you know what he was talking about, right?
No.
Tier.
What is
You
a
can see
what is a
that says tier.
tier?
You can see. Oh,
I knew it would
like
bother
it's a
you.
big difference.
Common Dylan. John just leaves laughing emoji. John, we have to know your opinion. You're holding us up here. John, we need to know your opinion.
I've been on his channel before. The big take.
Yeah. Must have tried.
We'll invite John to the next one of these next Monday. Does anyone disagree?
Look at
Josh,
his profile.
Anyone else wants to
Lucian
be featured,
Papa?
you can
Yeah,
take
I mean-
$10.
Josh, do you have
Okay,
beef
put
with
Frank-
John?
No. I like him. He had Tony on. Good channel.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure. Does anyone have beef with John?
No.
Even if I did, I
Big
don't give a
take,
shit.
right, John?
Yes. The
Yeah,
big
I like
take, the BB take.
I definitely don't have beef with John.
I think we have the most beef on the show right now.
I think so.
Probably.
Shared beef.
Okay, Frank Zane S. Next.
I guess John doesn't want to say. Okay, John, we'll take your word for it. You know
He
what?
wants to take my side.
Does he? I think he wants to take my side. I mean, he left a super chat on my channel.
Yeah, he wants to take
His
your
vote. His
backside.
vote could. His vote could
And he
go
was
toward the
rizzing
next
me.
one. I don't think that's against the rules.
Yeah, exactly. He can vote on whoever he wants.
We'll put him in front of Danny. We'll put him in front of Mike. You know, this is pretty good.
Yeah, he could vote for whoever he wants. I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah, and Jake was invited. ranchero.
Where's Jake?
He's on vacation or doing some shit. I don't know. You can't get him to.
Vacationing.
I swear. Well, you know.
Jake is a child. He hasn't earned a vacation. What the fuck?
Okay. Now.
Schoolboy.
Okay.
I actually don't know Jake at all. I just know he's younger than me.
Let's go in order of their perceived scores here. I think Franco is gonna place the lowest here. Currently ranking Franco Colombo. Best version, probably 76, maybe 75. What do you think, Mark?
There's not many pictures of 76, but probably 75. There's more footage of them. 75, 76.
I gotta be
We're all
honest.
familiar with the 75 physique.
That's the one on Pumping Iron.
That's Pumping Iron.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all familiar.
I thought
you said,
we're
yeah,
not familiar.
I said
Sorry.
that-
No,
Yeah,
no,
I heard the
we
same
are
thing.
all familiar
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And it was
where does he get
probably his
placed?
best look.
Okay, I gotta be honest. I don't think Franco's that good. He got very lucky in 1976 because Lou Ferrigno didn't compete, and
Zane was off.
Zane was
Look at
off.
the
And then in
pictures, Zane
1981, that was just a straight up robbery. That was even worse than 1980. By far, it was the worst Mr. Olympia decision ever.
Oh, the big take. Another $20
Dylan.
super chat.
You are
Yes,
racking
sir.
it up, bro.
Wow, the big take. Big take is so loaded. He could be on the show anytime he wants.
He gets 2 votes now.
See?
He could literally swing votes. He
You're
could
right.
swing the positions of these guys now.
Got subjected to
Congratulations!
it.
You
Okay.
just bought your way onto the next.
Yeah, you
vote.
you just bought. I can in fact be bought. So
He said,
Yep.
repeat the question, got subjected to an ad. So
Yeah.
he's getting ads and he's super chatting.
okay,
Wow.
John. The question was regarding Frank Zane, S tier or A tier, because your vote is it. That's it.
Or you've got 2 votes
now
now.
we
and
get-
you can put
You do
those
have 2
on wherever
votes.
you want.
You do have 2 votes now. You can.
So
So
anybody,
you,
what do you want?
I'd prefer the one on Frank Zane though, because I think we were pretty disputed on that.
Yeah, he can make it a decisive win.
So as soon as
Or
we
you
get
can-
John's answer, we'll adjust Frank. But in terms of Franco, that's a mid-tier physique. That's like C.
Well,
See for Mr. Olympia. Ooh.
Oh, he shouldn't have been Mr. Olympia. Back was, hey, he has those flying squirrel lats.
I'd say he beat Lou though.
Would he?
He beats Lou.
Yes.
Would he
He was
though?
close. You see him next to Arnold.
I think we should
Pumping
put Lou
Iron,
in C. I
and
think we
then
should
you
put
can
Lou in
imagine
C.
Lou next to Arnold.
Yeah, the
Franco
more I'm
looked
looking at this
closer
tier list,
to
Xavier, I think you're
Arnold than
right.
Lou.
Yeah. Franco into top of A. I'd say Franco in bottom of C, and then Lou in Franco in bottom of B, and then Lou in top of C, maybe.
Yeah, but they got to be around each other. But that may be the cutoff.
Frank gotta be A.
Frank got to be A.
I think-
Okay, John has spoken, and it's A
Yeah.
tier. It's A tier. Excellent.
Why are you so happy about that?
All right,
really,
put him in
just
there. then.
because we win, our
That's fine.
opinion.
Okay, hold
wins.
on. Kenson, what do you think?
No, then put him there, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. What is this? What is this picture? Someone is painting this dude's pecs. Oh, it's for a movie. It's from Conan? Question mark?
Did anyone see
still
the photo I
living-
put in a group?
No.
No.
We're on a podcast.
Well, it was a little bit ago. It was Dave Draper rowing, but
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird one.
My chats aren't loading.
Franco
That's your
from
problem.
Conan the Barbarian there. I'm just seeing that picture now.
It was on the monkeys, as you said, Mark.
Oh, with Dave Draper. Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the Asian guy at the front. He's got a big chin.
I mean, Franco shouldn't have. I'll repeat myself. Shouldn't have won in 1981. Probably. And lucked out in 76. So I would say I'll say C tier. Kenson, what do you say?
For Colombo?
Yeah, for Franco.
Yeah, put him C.
Okay.
That's good.
Mark.
I'd have to put him B because Lou's B, right?
Okay. Well, keep in mind we may move Lou, so we'll consider that
I
B
would
for
put-
now.
Tom, then
The big
Franco,
take
then
drops
Lou.
another super chat.
The big take makes me want a big
Dude, this is the
cream.
most money you're gonna ever make from a video. He's
Xavier, you should hurt yourself. Frank got to be A, but I'm not as studied as you gentlemen in this era. But yes, I'll pay. Okay, relax. You don't need to pay anymore. You've left enough to have your opinions be swayed in this for the rest of the comparison, since we have just 3 more. C,
What a legend.
C, B. Xavier, what did you say for Franco?
I said bottom of the B.
And then John, leave us what you think for Franco as well. Who did I not ask? Josh?
Me.
Yes.
Yeah, Franco.
Please put him in D.
Yeah,
Sway
I
this and
couldn't-
put him in
I
D.
couldn't put him above B, and I couldn't put him below C. So I'm thinking high C.
High C.
Again,
Okay.
I think I said that before.
High C. Yeah, you love high C.
I love high C.
Um
Dylan's got low T.
He likes low.
well, someone
does.
Emilio said, by the way, what is the sense of putting a D tier if nobody's in that tier? We're gonna readjust at the end, but also do consider that this is the best of the best, and sometimes that's the reason I didn't have an F tier.
Yeah. Tied to
Because
DVs.
it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Yeah. Why would I put an F tier physique on here?
Yeah.
Black Buddy
You
says,
want Mike?
"Congrats,
Oh,
you're now
I'm joking.
you're now majority shareholder of this channel." Oh man. Okay.
Demeter says low B.
He didn't leave a super chat.
1904.
He didn't leave a super chat.
Sorry, Demeter.
sorry,
That's
sorry,
behind.
Demeter. And you, with your accent, you say Demito. It's Demeter.
Demeter. I didn't say Demeter.
Yeah, you did. Okay, that
Demeter.
puts.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Unless
I'm
John
telling you what you said.
unless John says something, that puts him in C. We'll put him at the top of C. I think we're gonna definitely rearrange these B and C tiers because I do think some people can maybe move to D tier. But now we
John,
have,
you have 2 more votes. You have 2 more
I
votes. Help
see you
us
looking
out.
at Ed Corney there.
yeah, John. John, please leave.
eyeballing for
Please
you.
leave your opinion on both Sergio and Arnold once we get to Arnold. But Sergio now. Sergio, what did you say, Mark?
For Sergio?
Oh, I thought you said something because I need to say something.
Oh, I
Sergio.
was just saying you were eyeballing Ed Corney.
Sergio, overrated. Everyone beats this. Everyone beats this dude off. Oh, he has the best genetics of all time. Really? I mean,
I
really?
think
though.
early 70s versus late 70s and 80s is it's a different ball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it is. Conditioning alone was different.
Look at this picture next to Arnold. This is 1972.
That's
This
not a good picture. That's
Hey,
a terrible picture.
This isn't even the best. Okay, what do we have to work with from 72? This wasn't even the best Arnold. But look how small
I'm gonna say,
Sergio
quad
looks.
damn.
His
Quad
quads
damn.
and his midsection are beating Arnold.
Look how small Sergio looks, and why are his arms so long? That completely ruins the flow.
He does look
I'm gonna tell you
awkward.
something.
He does in this picture.
What'd you
This
say,
is
Mark?
One picture.
That's not a good picture. They made them stand around all day or something.
I like how, the pictures from this are just like a room. It's just like a room.
Yeah, somebody said there was some fishy business going on or something.
It literally just looks like a room
Yeah,
of
didn't
like
they
a
hold it in
mansion.
a back room or something? Yeah.
They made sure that
72.
the background would make Arnold look better.
Look at that posing. Is Sergio retarded? What is this?
Cameraman was in Arnold's back pocket.
Oh, please! He's up flossing in the camera. This is.
He would take the picture when Arnold would flex and when Sergio would.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Look, I don't think. I mean, he's
Look
good.
at Arnold there. Look.
That okay.
What's
Oh,
that?
you guys are
What's
behind.
that?
Let me see what's on the stream.
These are weird angles. I'm not gonna lie.
Tight chest I'm seeing right now.
Hey, yeah, they're weird angles because
Well, then, where would you have him then, Dylan? If you think he's overrated, how
Look,
overrated do you think? He
yeah,
is?
this is the thing. This is the thing. He's
It's a
not.
different ball game, like Xavier Wills of Desktop Bodybuilding said. The conditioning alone was different then. Even
Yeah.
those few
Hey, this
short
is the
years.
best. This is the best we can do. Okay, we're trying to tackle 60 years of bodybuilding. Kenson, you're right. He's overrated, but how overrated? I'm not saying he's the worst bodybuilder ever. Far from it. He's won 3 Olympia titles. But, I mean,
He won them in the 60s.
and the condition wasn't there. I know he was in the 60s, but even his condition later on wasn't that good. It wasn't that good.
It stayed the same. And
Right.
The condition of the bodybuilding grew. Look at Zane there. He was flat.
Look, he has big arms and a small waist. Yeah, congratulations. You've accomplished what everyone else did in the golden era. No one cares. Yeah, oh, he's very full. Look at these round muscle bellies. Yeah, he was 18% body fat. You know, it's like I don't think it's that mind-blowing. I don't think it's that mind-blowing. And best genetics of all time is such a stretch. Like Ronnie Coleman exists, Phil Heath exists.
Yeah,
And
but those guys trained harder than he did. They say he ate Twinkies and drank cream soda.
yeah, I can tell. The conditioning shows it. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess I've never really thought about it, but now that you mention it and we're looking at the photos, he does look a little overrated. So yeah,
Perhaps
I'm
the worst
probably in
bodybuilder
that-
ever.
No, you got to look at different pictures.
Come on.
Click on 70.
Yeah.
70.
We'll go to one of his wins. Let's go to one of his wins.
Here it says
Oh, that's the
1972
60s.
photography controversy explained. It says very few official photos or video exist. Unlike most Mr. Olympic competitions, there is no full video footage of a 1972 contest. Almost no high quality photos from the actual stage of judging actually exists. This has led to controversy. Yeah, only select photos were released favoring Arnold. It says.
Go
Oh,
to 71.
please.
Click on to 71.
Okay, we'll go to
He looked
71.
Awesome in 71.
There were reports that Sergio looked phenomenal in person, and some audience members said he appeared to beat Arnold on stage. In terms
Bullshit.
of sheer impact.
Okay,
impact.
let's take a look
Apparently
at what
the
we have.
spectators weren't happy.
Let's take a look at what we have here in 71. We have Arnold, who doesn't have the smallest waist. Okay, we get it. We get it. Beats Sergio in the lats, beats him in the quads, beats him in overall definition, beats him in posing. I don't need to be there to tell you that. Beats him in the calves probably as well. So how is everyone saying, oh, Sergio beat Arnold? Sergio used to beat Arnold back in the day. I don't give a shit. I know.
His shape is a lot better than Arnold's.
No, not a lot
The
better.
Big Take has another super chat.
Yep, another one.
Holy
He
shit.
says Sergio had significant potential / genetics, wasn't utilized, ate a lot of whatever awesome food from his home country / what his mother provided.
Look at those quads compared to Arnold's. Arnold goes
Are you
straight up.
kidding me?
And his
Okay,
midsection goes
From this photo right here, wow.
Arnold all day.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Look at- and
What
his
are you
calves-
guys seeing? What are you guys seeing that
Arnold's
I'm
calves
not?
Were not better than
I'm with
Sergio's.
you. I'm with
Sergio's
you. I
calves
would
were
take Arnold.
awesome.
Sergio looks like a $180 here, and he's 18% body fat.
On the front double,
Yes, Arnold is winning this.
Nah,
he might
Nah, I think he
Lucas-
is.
yeah.
the
But he's got the
legs.
out angle as well. I think the photographer is on Arnold's side.
He's got the angle as well. Bro, this is the worst angle of all time. It's shit to both of them.
Actually, it was.
I
the
know it's
worst
shit to
robbery-
both of them, but it's a
First
lower
robbery.
angle.
One of the worst robberies of all time because he wasn't even allowed to compete. He was
That's
there,
true.
he had
This
his
is true.
trunks on, and Joe said, "No, I'm not going to let you compete because I'm scared you're going to beat Arnold."
That's
Is that
dumb.
in 71? He got banned in
71,
71. He didn't compete in 71. Yeah.
Right,
He's
that's
competing
yeah.
right there. He was there, but he
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to compete.
Didn't place. Couldn't
He
place
didn't
him.
place, which is retarded. Or ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But
I said ridiculous.
look,
He
you
already got
can't
the super chats. He's good.
I just don't think Sergio is like all that. Like people hype him up like he's an anime. He's in that anime. I don't know. I don't watch anime. I think he's like in the Baki one, and they have like a Mr. Oliva character, and he's like a black bodybuilder. He's supposed to be Sergio Oliva.
He was a pro wrestler too.
Yeah, he should have just stayed doing that. I just don't think he's that good.
Nah, he was no good at wrestling.
I'd put him. Okay, let's get a ranking here. I'm saying B tier. No, that's retarded. I'm saying.
Hey, you can't say that.
I'm saying.
Shit.
You're the host. You
I'll
can't
say
that.
low A. I'll say low A. Josh, what do you think? I think you're on my side here. I think I've convinced you.
Yeah, I'm with the A's once I fix my camera.
Okay.
Just zoom it right in, all the way.
Right up the nose.
I just want this. I want this.
Mark.
Yeah. I wouldn't his conditioning, if you're comparing him with these
Yeah.
guys, I mean, yeah, A, maybe. He'd probably beat Lou.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I keep on using old watery Lou as a reference. Everybody's going to beat Lou, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna say A.
Kenson. Oh, Xavier in Kenson.
Yeah.
These photos were really not flattering. I mean,
What do you guys want from
bad.
me? What do you guys want
No,
from Go back in time immediately and take a picture of the 1971 Olympia.
He'll do better.
Dylan,
in
I
the
wasn't
You're comparing
criticizing the pictures that you chose. It's simply the fact that all of the pictures that exist, as you pointed out, are bad. But now we know your insecurities anyway. Regardless,
I have plenty.
which we are learning more and more. We got 20 episodes of this to learn them all. I can't.
Yeah, we do.
That's
This is
better.
a long haul.
Want to send Dylan into a rage? Promote bad spelling. Okay, so I would put him. Yeah, part of me wants to put him in B, and I
That's
really
fair.
don't think that his shape is very good in the golden era.
Amen.
Just don't.
Amen.
Even I think Lou even had like 1975 Lou. I think may have had maybe a little better shape.
Exactly. Sergio's arms are long as fuck. He's, I mean, not to be racist. I don't think this is racist,
fair.
but he looks like a knuckle dragger. Like, why is he, like, what is this?
Going off the rails now.
No, I mean, literally, those
Officially
arms are insane.
demonetized.
Pretty good
No,
there.
I would put him. I would put him in B somewhere.
that
I don't
a
know
shot.
where in B. I'd have to look again, but I'm going to go there.
Okay, well, it's not enough to sway it. John sounded like he'd put him in A.
Come on,
we-
big take.
Yeah, we gotta talk to the shareholders. We gotta talk to see what we gotta see what the board of directors says.
Yeah, our opinions are actually irrelevant at this point.
Exactly.
Call John into your 1980s office there.
Yeah.
Get him on the phone.
I'm giving him a
Get on
raise.
Speed dial. But B take is number one on your speed dial right now.
For real. Okay.
Wait, there's two phones on his desks.
One's for business,
Yeah.
one's for personal.
Oh, okay. One's for the hookers and the other one's for
Yeah, Coke and hookers, and then John is on the other line. It's just John.
Yeah.
That's the only business I do. Okay, we'll do low A tier.
I see a little white line on the desk back there.
Yeah, we'll do like above surge for now.
You know what
We're
that
gonna
is.
adjust this. We're gonna adjust this.
insert pre-workout sponsor.
Now we have. Now we
There was
have,
no pre-workout back then.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Arnold,
Dylan. Arnold?
if any of you say anything below S tier, you're dumb, mentally handicapped. I'm saying S
you
tier straight
can't.
away.
Yeah,
You
I'm saying
can't.
S.
It's done. Yeah, that's not even like it's done. I think.
Does anyone here not say S?
D.
Is
Oh,
there
never
any
mind.
chance he's not S tier?
Who beats him?
Nobody.
Nobody ever did. Nobody ever. Not Sergio beat him in '69.
That was bullshit. Yeah, that's
'69.
that's because Arnold weighed like 200 pounds. And even then, I didn't.
69 doesn't matter.
No,
Right.
I'm just saying nobody beat him except for Sergio.
81.
Frank beat him, but that was also in the
Bro,
1960s.
1980 in this list would be like a top B tier physique. So it stands to
80
reason.
Arnold?
Yeah, it stands to reason that like 1974, which is my favorite, would be S
74,
tier.
yeah. 73 was good too.
Let me pull up the most iconic photo of. Well, it's the one I'm using on the tier
You know,
list.
he's S tier. I don't think that anybody can even put it in question. It's like he's that S tier. I think, like Sanch, I appreciate the question, but I think the answer is no. There's no
Mhm.
chance that he's not S tier. Really, like really.
Oh, is the picture I'm actually using from 73?
Hey, can I bring up some
73 was
controversy on
73
on
was
this
good.
photo?
73.
Arnold has a shadow in the background, and Sergio just has no shadow.
Oh no! Oh no!
So
No,
do you think
but-
based on that? So based on that picture, Xavier, do you think he's not S tier?
Picture. I think there's corruption in the photography because this is only what went into.
There's
Bro.
corruption in the
Look
pro
at
league?
this. Look
No.
at this.
Who would have thought?
I'm gonna send
You guys are gonna see
photo.
this photo.
Arnold's week
Only
of the
like
year.
last weekend, but yeah.
Yeah, literally last week. And the
1973.
weekend before.
1973 and 4, my favorite years. My favorite photo of Arnold is from 1970 3, but I think the best package was in 74. But
Does it
this
look
photo
there's
you'll
like
see.
a house behind him or something, or he was in some sort of living room. Or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. For some
Yeah,
reason,
that's 73. Yeah.
it's
There's
so good.
also
It's so good.
Serge Nabray and Franco were competing against him.
We've seen a couple of photos.
Yeah, Arnold is almost at his
What the
best
heck?
there. He's a little bigger the next year, but maybe better condition in 73.
That's what. Yeah, that's the word on the street.
Yeah, I've been talking around.
Oh
74,
man,
he
look
was
at
like
this.
250.
This is iconic. This is a bros photo if I
Posing
ever
was
saw
better
one.
in 73. I think he was more perfect posing.
This is
Before he
gotta be.
take a look at this big hunk of man.
I think we can just go. We can just kind of skip this one. I mean, does anyone have an argument? I'm willing to hear it out and easily debunk it. But does anyone have any inkling that it should be anything different? Mark?
No, I was just joking when I said D.
Okay, then he's an S. And I think, as far as the golden era is concerned, I think he's probably the only one. But let's reconfigure the tier list. Let us reconfigure the tier list. We'll go person by person, and they'll bring up their issues with the tier list, what they'd like to see, and we'll just kind of average it. We'll hash it out, and then we'll stamp it, and then I'll deliver you my top 10 at the end of the week. So let's start with Xavier. What changes would you like to see? Not saying that you'll get them all, but we'll hash it out. What changes are you interested in for the tier list?
I would like to be able to see it.
It's up there now.
Yeah, it's up there.
You stream the stream. On
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, stream the stream.
That's my
too
advice for
funny.
the tier list. I'd like to be able to see while we're doing it, not 30 seconds later.
You're
So
not
pretty
streaming the
basic on
stream
that.
on the stream.
Oh.
I'm using my phone's Wi-Fi to stream this.
Josh,
thing.
a
I'm gonna
Chad
go over.
Light is like someone that's
Isn't it
just
goofy?
off of just being a complete
Chattel?
stud. A stud.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was saying it right. Chad Light. So I've heard of Chattel, and I've heard of.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it.
Chattel. That's what
Okay.
Dylan wears.
I don't know either.
Similar to a jockstrap.
Right. Xavier, what are your changes?
I told you, I'd like to be able to see it. What else are we changing? Do you
No,
mean
like,
where we're
He
changing the
wasn't
guys?
joking. He
Yeah.
actually can't see it.
Like, if you think we should adjust some things here, what are you
Okay.
thinking?
Okay, let me zoom in on this thing. All right. Do we want to put anyone down to D? I don't think we are, right?
We can put Boy or Co down to D.
No.
Nah,
Ed
we
Corney.
No,
can't.
his conditioning's too good.
I'm
You
fine
can't.
with putting Ed Corney to D.
No.
Okay,
I
okay.
I
Corney.
think I think Ed
I
Corney
think
should
Franco
be near the
beats-
top of C.
I think Franco beats Lou, and we got Lou in B, and I said Lou B. But now I'm
Okay,
thinking Lou
let's
C.
break into that one.
That's I would
Franco
also.
C, Lou B.
Okay, well, how do I want to phrase this? Should we put them both in the same tier, or should we put one above?
Swap them.
Swap them? I think Ferrigno
No.
is still B tier.
Yeah.
But he's not beating Franco.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll put him
You
below,
can leave Lou in B.
but move Franco up.
You
Yeah, I
have to
think.
put yeah.
Then I
You
think
have
then
to.
I think Boyer has to move up for condition.
No.
Yeah, because look, he's gonna beat Dave Draper and Ed Corney, like so many
Yeah, I know,
times
but
that we should probably move
he
up.
can be the top of a C.
I don't
though.
know if he's I don't think he's going to beat Ed Corney. No, I don't think so.
Oh
I still don't.
shit, that's
Yeah, I
dumb.
don't think Ed Corney
Golden
either.
era
Ed Corney was
presentation.
pretty complete.
Okay, whatever.
Golden era presentation.
Great conversation. Whatever.
Xavier, do you have any other big qualms with this tier list so far?
Not particularly.
Okay, Josh, what about you?
Danny Padilla looks a little too high for me.
No.
You've got him third out of all these guys.
I
don't
am
think so.
dying. Okay, yeah, he's staying in A
think
tier.
so.
You
You can stay in A, but like more like bottom of the A. Or maybe not
Look.
quite
The
bottom,
thing
but-
is, he's going to have better condition than all these guys. He's going to be like he's afforded by competing at the late 70s, early 80s, and that's just, unfortunately, that's just the golden era brackets. That's the cutoff that we have to make. We have to examine so many years of history. We can't just say who's the best bodybuilder of 74 and 75 and then go by 2-year increments. We'll have to break it up into bigger things. So I think Danny, Mike, Frank have to be at the top of A.
What the fuck was that video that popped up for 1 second?
Oh, it was some
A
ad.
while ago.
It was
Okay.
Adidas. It looked a little homo.
Yeah, the dude just jumped on another dude's back. A white dude jumped on a black man's back.
Piggyback.
I don't know if that's
It was a piggyback ride.
yeah.
Well,
Two
that's
different
fucking weird.
varieties.
That's what they call it in Canada.
What? Okay, hold on. Demeter says, what does a D tier bodybuilder from this era look like? Roger
Oh, yeah.
Walker.
Mike Katz.
Mike Katz.
Mike Katz.
That's a good one. That's the epitome of a D
feel
tier
bad.
physique.
I love me some
But you're
Mike
right.
Katz like personality wise, but when you look back at some of those photos, it's some of them or some of the years. Or
Xavier.
underwhelming.
This photo that I've put up on the screen, you'll see it soon. It's the hairstyle, and look. He has the Neanderthal look. He has
Frankenstein.
he has
He
the
looks like Frankenstein.
the
Ooh,
brow
that's a good picture,
projection,
Arnold.
the deep set eyes. This is, bro.
He had his t-shirt stolen too.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I looked that up one time and I could never find out what that T-shirt looked like.
This is
Oh, really?
okay. And then like we have this like awful most muscular. It's exactly what Ken
Lost his
Waller.
event there. He just lost his event there. He's depressed.
Okay, he
Figure
looks
that
he
out.
looks grotesque. And then Ken Waller in Pumping Iron said his calves are too small to match his thighs, his arms are too small to match his chest, and those things were true. He
Arms
gave
are too
perfect.
long.
He gave perfect. He said he looks like a giant spider when he hits
If he
the.
hits one pose the wrong way, he's gonna end up looking like a big spider.
Exactly.
Him and
And
Robbie
for
Robinson.
an era of aesthetics too, he wasn't super aesthetic. Like, let's be
No.
No, he wasn't.
Decent condition.
Yeah,
It is
he
in
didn't have the
condition, yeah.
greatest classic presentation either. I don't know.
He was the amateur here though, right? He was the universe. He wasn't even competing for the Olympia.
He would be D if he was on the list.
Yeah, that's a
I
D
would.
tier.
I think.
I think I would
ultimately
hammer him
put D.
down even further.
Oh no.
No, well, then you got to start asking who's D, continue. No.
Ranchero, you said
You ain't beating Paul Grant.
Ranchero Cheeto, I don't know, 805 says, I think the golden era cutoff should be 1991. Well,
No, would you stop it?
well, I didn't say that. Stop being mean to the people in chat.
I'm
No,
This man's
no,
bills.
I agree. The people from the 80s would bring all the golden era guys down to like C and D tier if we included only 80s guys. It is a different thing. It is a different thing. So that's why. But
Dylan is F.
Josh, what changes would you like to see amended?
I was thinking to put
Shoot him a
Lou
cricket slice.
lower, but I think I'm good. I don't have enough knowledge as much as the rest of you guys
Who?
on this.
Who?
I was thinking to put Lou lower, but
That seems to be a common theme.
I don't know how much lower I'd put him because when I looked at the guys underneath of him, I was like, maybe never mind.
Yeah.
Could you
Okay.
move up Serge Nubret one spot, just for conversation's sake?
Like in within the A tier?
One spot. Could you have the conversation?
Yeah.
over Sergio.
You know, all these black guys look the same to me. no, but
And that's the podcast.
yeah, and that's when we get
YouTube
taken
does
off. here.
transcribe now.
Okay, we need to have a talk about Robbie, Serge, Sergio, because I think they are pretty similar. Mark, what do you think about those three? Serge, Sergio, Robbie.
Oh, well, I have a lot to say about your entire roster here.
I'm sure.
Yeah, give Mark the
All of
floor.
it is incorrect, except for
I would do
Arnold.
a whole overall here. I would add a D tier.
There is a D tier.
No, but I would put some of these guys in it,
Like who?
like Dave Draper, like Ed Corney,
That's 2 votes for Ed Corney being in D tier. One more vote and I'll do it.
and then what else I would do is I would keep Frank Zane, Danny Padilla, Mike Menzer, Robbie Robinson in A, and I would move down Serge and Sergio because their conditioning's just not good enough.
Okay.
And I would keep Tom Platz in B, and I would move Lou and Franco down to C with Boyer Co.
I like
Okay.
these changes. Sergio and Surge to B is going to get a lot of pushback, but I completely understand what you're saying.
It's
Like,
the conditioning from late 60s to late 70s.
well, okay, does anyone object? Is anyone like really saying Surge and Sergio have to be A tier? Because I'm pretty soft on this.
Not Sergio, but I do think that
Serge?
Serge Nubret did enough to stay in A tier. Like, his conditioning was good. And it's not just the conditioning factor, you know? Like, if that's
Yeah.
the only knock on him, he has a shape, he has the flow. He did show up with decent conditioning. It wasn't terrible. You know, he had the separation from the back and the lower body. And the shape and the flow, like, he checks all the boxes. He has the arms for the classic era. He has the chest for the classic era. He has the midsection without a doubt. You know, he had them defined abs, and his upper body to lower body ratio, I think, was proper for that era. I don't think like Sergio, I could understand, but I don't think that if Sergio is B because of what he brought, then because of what Serge Nubret brought, lower portion of A, I think for sure, but I think he's got to stay there.
I think Sergio was better, so I think they have to go if one of them's going. Xavier, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Sergio is better. I think he got screwed by the photos because I've looked through a bunch of photos on my phone. I think that he got screwed, man.
Yo, you looked at these magic photos from your phone, but the photos I bring up are just shit.
Those two guys competed in the WABA Federation, and it was pretty close between those two guys, to be honest.
Was it? Yeah.
Because Serge Nubret actually improved his back development.
Mid.
What year was this, Mark?
80?
Surge is going down to B tier. Surge is going down to B tier. And Ed Corney will be going down to D tier. That's the ranking right now.
So what's the vote on it? So Sergio Oliva. Should we do a revote? So
yeah, we'll do a revote. I'm saying, okay, we're saying A or B. Those are the two options.
Oh my God, it's so difficult.
I'm saying B. Mark said B earlier.
I'm gonna say A for Sergio, B for Serge Nubret. And they're both on the cusp. Yeah, no, Kenson's the opposite.
I would be the opposite.
Okay, Josh?
I'm going for the corruption angle, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a bad photo of Serge. But then when you were showing them, Sergio looked like dog water. So it's really
they're all
tough.
the same angle, though.
For me, it's the legs.
tricep.
I know we're talking about condition, but for me, I'm getting hung up on Serge's legs.
I wasn't just talking about condition. His legs upward to body ratio for the era was
They kind of
really
matched.
He had no calves, though.
Yeah.
Sergio had big legs.
Yeah, not as good as Arnold's, though.
Okay,
Josh.
Some of the photos you showed, it did look better. So that's really...
Yeah, his legs are dramatically bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, dramatically.
Can't say.
Josh, what do you think about
Post this in the
Sergio?
chat.
I'm going to say...
Actually, just look at that photo in the chat.
I'd probably go with...
Bro.
That's a tough one.
Oh,
Because I was originally going to go with Kenson, but then now I'm a little bit more favorable towards how Xavier's saying it, because I did like the legs better than Arnold. So, and I'm a big legs guy. Like when I'm on stage, the legs are the only thing that looks good. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Xavier's look on this.
Xavier?
Xavier.
Well, Josh, I know
Corruption.
you've been on YouTube for a while, but you just got back, so you're obviously rusty.
That's
okay.
I think no. Enough people voted that they're
That's
both
fine.
moving to B. They're both moving to
I
B.
can be wrong. That's fine.
Everybody in the
Xavier
chat
has more
right.
subscribers than I do.
I'm
That's
putting
why.
okay.
That's fine.
Sergio at the top of B.
Yeah, fine. Yes.
Surge behind Mark. Surge behind Tom Platz or no?
The funny thing is, them two guys placed like side by each at the Olympia, and I think the next year they switched places.
I think looking back, I think Mike takes enough poses to win. Better back, better. The leg difference is going to be.
I think he
Tom.
said Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, it's
Tom over Serge.
the total different V taper though. Sergio's got the V taper, and Tom doesn't.
Kenson,
But he's way
it's
more
not about
conditioned.
it's not about how much you like the physique, because if that was the case, or like how appealing it is, it'd be Frank and Serge in S tier. But it's about how many of these guys could they beat. If I'm putting Sergio in B tier, it's because everyone else up top beats him.
I really need the big take to come through with a vote on.
Yeah,
Sergio
please leave us another super chat.
Well, he's already got something in the bank.
Yeah,
he
just
only
break,
voted on
just,
one.
yeah,
Who's the
just
worst
break
out
this
of
up
these
a bit.
guys?
No,
Lou?
I'm sticking with what I said.
Okay.
Is Lou the worst out of them guys, or Franco too? Does Franco go down?
I think Franco, yeah, honestly. I think Franco and Lou, I'm fine with keeping them in B tier. I really am, though.
Well, we know
I'm
Serge
good with
beat
it.
Lou.
Demeter
we know
says
Serge beat
Tom
Lou.
should be low
We
A.
know that.
Yeah, and that's why he's above it.
I think Tom is a low A.
That's a bold prediction.
Like I said, I'd put Lou down to top of C, but
Then I have to move Franco to top of C then, because Franco sucks.
no, Franco beats Lou.
Franco
Conditioning.
I would never
conditioning.
put Lou ahead of Franco.
Never?
I concur, Mark.
Maybe 1994 Lou against 81.
No, I wouldn't either. Honestly.
I'm pretty
I
fine
wouldn't.
with this.
Right. Yeah.
Kenson, besides the Sergio thing, are there any changes you are interested in?
No. I think that's pretty good.
I'm feeling this is more and more solid.
Can I request a revote on Lou and where everyone's at now?
Give me a second. I like how this is like a committee. Okay. Okay. What are you saying, Xavier?
I'm saying C.
Okay, C or B are the only options. I'm saying B, if Franco's there. Josh.
No, don't put that on it.
Well, look,
if
he
Franco's
isn't.
there.
He is in B tier now, so I'm putting him in B tier.
Okay.
Josh.
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that I thought Franco might be C, so I'd be okay with that.
We're talking about Lou.
Oh. Wait, no, that's what I meant to say was Lou. You poisoned.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay, and then Mark, what do you think? C or B for Lou?
What I want to know is where's Rick Wayne?
Who the hell is Rick Wayne?
Yeah, I'd put Lou down to C, but I'd also be inclined to putting Franco down there. It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Okay, and then
And what's Draper doing in C?
we'll get to him. I think I also want to move him around. Kenson.
Nah, I'd leave him in B.
Okay.
Bottom of B.
This-
But I'd leave him there.
Okay, we have enough votes to move him to C. Franco, B or C? I'm saying C because Lou is moving down.
I say B still for Franco.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with
1
B.
to 1,
I'm still good with it.
2 to 1. Okay.
Mark?
B.
Okay.
Or
And
no,
then,
C,
you go.
C.
and then for
C.
posterity.
Mark said C. It's down to Sanj.
Mark said, "Oh, it is down to
C,
Josh."
yeah. No, I'll go
Mark said
with
C?
C because he's so close. Lou
man.
and Franco, I think, should be sticking together.
Agreed. Josh, what do you think?
It
Down to
literally
Josh.
hurts me in my stomach to say an Olympia champion should be C.
Worst Olympia champion of all time.
I know, but
Well, besides
No, that was
Derek
Derek.
Derek Lunsford adjusted for inflation.
Brandon Curry. I mean, you know,
Oh my
Stick-
my
Come on,
soul!
gentlemen.
Dickerson.
Dickerson, yeah.
Dickerson's going in S tier for the '80s list.
I'm gonna leave him in B. I like him there.
Okay. So goes Josh. So goes the nation. Franco will remain in B. We're gonna get a revote on Dave Draper. I'm saying D. Mark saying D as well, right?
You put Corny down in D.
Oh.
Did we have a vote on that?
No, we don't need one.
Yes, we do.
Nobody,
I request a revote.
Okay. But Dave, Xavier, what do you think about Dave?
I'm happy to put Dave in D.
Okay, that goes it.
I know you're happy to put the D. I know you're happy to put the D in Dave, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then for Ed, Revo, I'm saying D. I'll say F if we had it. So D, Xavier,
I'll say C. Still.
Josh,
Bottom
Yeah,
of C.
mustache man. C,
Mark,
strong C.
Lady, I'm your naughty mama, and he needs to be in the D.
And then Kenson, it's a tiebreaker.
So this is for
This is
wait,
for
which one is this?
this is for
The blonde
Ed.
bomber.
This is for Ed Corney.
Ed Corney.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Oh, Ed
Oh, yeah,
Corney.
Corny, of course.
Mustache.
This is for his entire reputation.
Oh, we've done Draper. That's all right.
Oh, it all rides on this, does it? Well, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Corn dog.
Look, he's not that good. He's not on the level of Lou and Boyer. Come on.
Okay.
Don't try to sway him.
So,
Ah,
okay. So would
Pull
do
him
I
up.
think that Ed Corney would defeat Dave Draper?
let's get some side by side.
I think that he
I
would.
think he would.
But
He would
does that
destroy him.
mean- But
He
does
would
that mean-
destroy him. He wouldn't destroy anything except a fucking donut, bro. This dude was. Look at the lines on the legs. Come on, man.
He competed till he was
Look
like
at me
60.
about 15 seconds.
He did.
Yeah, shut the
He was-
fuck
he was
up.
in good shape.
Still not looking.
Oh, here's him next to Danny Padilla. You'll guys see this. I popped up too.
Put him in C. No, put him in C. I think that he's C.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
I like that photo.
75, he was at his best. I think he even placed second at the Olympia.
He was very good. He was a very good classic
Second.
era, but like no question. Put him
Okay.
in C.
Does anyone have any qualms with the list that are just jumping out to them? Because I think this is pretty close to what we have here.
I'm happy.
I'm
Mark?
good with it.
Oh, I'm just over the moon.
I literally listened to half of your requests.
No, I'm serious. I'm over the moon. I'm happy with this.
Okay, good. Josh.
Good to go.
Okay. And then I take full responsibility and credit to arrange these in any way I want for the top 10 list. No, I think what you'll see is going to be fairly close to what you get. I don't.
Super chat. Oh my god. He's gonna
John!
refund all.
John! John, why'd you have to do this?
Whoa, that's a big one.
What the hell, man? Done slutting myself out. Okay. 3
I
things.
won darts last Friday, actually.
Okay. 2.
They recovered that tiny
Double-
submarine that
Yes,
imploded a couple years ago.
The darts.
Did I recover that tiny No, that imploded at the depth of the Titanic almost. So that is without that is not within my operational boundaries.
Yeah, he
Well,
doesn't know
it's-
how to do it.
He thought your entire channel was AI, Dylan.
Because I'm so
Today.
look, when you get my scoring system, when you get the efficient videos, the clean edits and everything, you realize my content is the best on YouTube and
Super
bodybuilding.
efficient.
It's robotic.
This is
Clearly,
gonna
that's
go
what he
to
means.
Dylan's head. This is gonna go to Dylan's head.
Dylan, I got like $10 on my 8-hour live the
My
other
name
day.
is Dylan.
Whoa.
You only made $10 on your 8-hour live the other day?
Yeah, I don't think it
Gotta
was
show
that.
some more skin.
Yeah, Lucas
8
came
hours you were on for 8 hours.
Maybe you
through.
should
7
dress
hours and
up.
53 minutes or something.
They don't want some plebeian.
Put it on.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Me
getting
and,
these super
Kenson
chats, to
Jardine
be honest.
were commenting on your
Well,
thing. Your,
we were, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated that. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I was at one stage there, I went and had a break, and I was just like sitting here. I'm like crashing. I'm dying, and then I just caffeinated.
no one cares. No, okay.
Hey, Dylan.
John, thank you for all the super chats. You've kept this channel alive for at least another month. So that's gonna do
You can
it.
buy so much craft dinner now.
You call it craft dinner. I notice some people. Let me
I
save
bet you
this.
He does eat craft dinner all the time.
Let me say this.
Throw
Golden
in a can of tuna
era
in there.
tier
Telling ya.
list.
Nothing wrong with
download
it.
It'll work. It'll build your muscles up. See, a lot of little guys like you won't have it, and you'll hide away when you pose.
Okay, it's saved.
The
Let me
big
take.
guy comes
That's a good
right up
Arnold
with his
quote.
arm.
I don't trust this. I'm going to take a screenshot as well.
That was pretty nasty to say somebody, See, you know what you did there? A lot of little guys like you won't have it. So you hide away when you pose.
Well, I'm going to
He
make
stopped
this.
bodybuilding, that guy, didn't he? He had a pretty good physique, that
Yep.
little guy.
I guess him and his buddy, they hitchhiked or something. They traveled for quite a while just for a chance to be on this movie.
Right. Okay,
Gotta
Next week,
open
the
up.
Power did a video
Oh,
about it.
damn.
so that does it for this tier list. Wow,
Show them.
that was pretty good. I didn't think that would work as well as it did, but I think we were pretty efficient, fellas.
I'm looking forward to next week.
I'm proud of
Let's
all.
cut
see
to
it.
the chase.
Yeah, we
You're
might be able to
excited
see the
about
screen.
all the big takes.
I'm excited about all those delicious super chats. Okay. So we will be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next Monday, and every Monday henceforth until we're done with this series. Same time, same place, Project Bodybuilding, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Monday we'll do a tier list. Next week is the 80s tier list. Yes, Xavier.
Should we do it slightly earlier so we don't have so much layover with these other podcasts?
That's up to you. Remember?
I think we should do it maybe half an hour or an hour earlier. Then we're getting
earlier.
3 live bodybuilding channels at once. I feel like that's a little
Competition's good though.
ridiculous.
Remember the Monday Night Wars, Monday Night Raw, and Nitro? They both had one,
Yeah.
and then
Can-
wrestling was
And
all-
I'll be
drown them
bringing
out.
back Monday Muscle, so that'll be competing too.
Xavier, it's up to you. It's up to you because you're
It's
the
all
one.
on your shoulders.
You're the one with
the
the weird ass time
Uh,
zone.
I don't mind.
Wait,
I don't
wait.
mind. It's up to you.
Wait, Josh, if we start doing it at 7 p.m., can you do that? Eastern
Yeah,
Standard Time.
Monday Muscle isn't live.
But do you have work?
Wait, what time is it?
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
An hour earlier than today.
you can't do that.
7, so that'd be 4 Pacific.
Yeah.
Pacific.
On a
Whatever time we
Monday?
started today, minus an hour.
Mondays are tight. 'Cause
Okay, no, that's
Okay,
fine.
let's keep it the same.
We'll
Let's
keep it at
the
8. We'll keep it at 8. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for until we finish
Oh,
the series.
North of 60's on then. I can't. I gotta watch North of 60.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate all of you in the chat and all the viewers that will watch this after the
Mark
fact,
is serious.
which are going to be a lot more, I hope.
North
And,
of 60.
And I think I want to thank Xavier, Kenson, Josh, and Mark for coming on. Thank you, John, for contributing this entire channel's funds for the entire year. I really appreciate it. But with all that said, we're going to go ahead. What?
Go treat his body like a playground now.
Believe himself.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Okay. Let me make sure